Resorts, First United Bank, the Chutta Foundation, and the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. Savage Storm Athletics are sponsored by U.S. Cellular, Shelburne Heating and Air, Cherokee Communications, and El Caporal. The Savage Storm are also brought to you by Burridge Law, Westside Family Dentistry, Stuteville Chevrolet, and Shamrock Bank. Also sponsoring the Savage Storm, Choctaw Careers, Taco Casa, your local Texoma Chevy dealers, Excel Therapy, and The Wine Cellar. The Savage Storm are brought to you in part by Sparlin Realty, Applebee's, The Artisan at Brick Street Hotel, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Arnett Insurance. The Savage Storm are sponsored in part by Durant Lumber, your farmer's insurance agent, Al Olson, Discover Durant, Blue River Winery, and Green Spray Food Center. And now let's head to the field for Savage Storm football.
And a good Saturday evening, everyone. We welcome you into Russellville, Arkansas, home of the Wonder Boys of Arkansas Tech, at Southeastern Oklahoma State entering Week 5 of Great American Conference play. Savage Storm coming off of a big 27-21 loss in which the defensive backfield created 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions by 4 separate individuals. And the offense able to hold on despite having a couple of blunders on special teams. They won that one in Bethany a week ago, 27-21. This is the only stretch of back-to-back road games Southeastern will have this season. And their opponent today, Arkansas Tech, a week ago, a stunning loss here at home against Arkansas Monticello. It was a day in which they gave up 500 yards of offense and ended what was an excellent season start for new head coach Roy Thompson. Thompson had his bunch off to a 3-0 start. It is the best start that the school had since 2017. The Wonder Boys went 4-0 that season, made it into the postseason, a bowl game appearance after an 8-4 year. It is the First United Bank pregame show coming up. We talk with head coach Bo Atterbury. We talk about the exciting road win. We talk about the fact we got to see 2 quarterbacks in action last week, and the fact that we didn't talk about this in the interview, but we do see a Luke Hohenberger down on the field, and he is dressed out today as well. Hohenberger, of course, the original starting quarterback this season. So maybe you may see Hohenberger today as well. We'll talk with him. Also, our player spotlight, that brought to you, of course, by First United Bank, as we talk with Damian Smallwood, the right guard from Denison, Texas. It is the First United Bank pregame show. We get it started now. This is Savage Storm football on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it making more money. Spend it making more memories. Spend it learning a new skill. Spend it teaching an old trick. Spend it career climbing. Spend it mountain climbing. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Somewhere not so far away is a location waiting for memories to be made and unexpected finds and flavors to be discovered. It's no mystery. It's Durant, Oklahoma. If it's been a minute since you've last visited, you've missed out. This gym off Lake Texoma has so much to offer. There's something for every style, taste, interest, and age. Soak up every experience and take a few memories home with you. We invite you to stay, play, and enjoy right here in Durant, Oklahoma.
Choctaw culture is our everyday life. It has stood the test of time, carried from generation to generation, by elders teaching their communities traditional stories, by parents teaching their children the social dances, and by children teaching us all to be curious about the world. Where will your curiosity take you? Visit ChoctawCulturalCenter.com to plan your visit today.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability.
Nice.
Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Texoma Chevy dealers.
Welcome back. First United Bank pregame show here on the Southeastern Sports Network, our weekly conversation with Coach Bo Adderberry. First, before we talk about the game, congratulations. You move into sole possession of third on the all-time coaching list. You passed the guy who the stadium is named after,
Okay.
the field. So passing Paul Laird with your 45th career coaching victory here at Southeastern. Just your thoughts on that accomplishment and what the ride has been like here at Southeastern for you.
Well, that's news to me, and very, very excited about that for all the players and coaches I've been able to work with. Very blessed to have been part of a lot of really good teams with good players and good assistant coaches. And, my journey started in 1993 here, so an extremely special place for me, and kind of caught me off guard because I had no idea, but very thankful for everyone I've been able to work with and what we've been able to accomplish.
And now, what a crazy win.
Yeah.
That is one of the craziest games I've ever seen. Let's start first with quarterbacks. We got to see both of them. We saw Duncan and Howard. How much of that was the game plan going in? And your thoughts? I thought both of those guys moved the ball well.
Yeah, it was kind of the game plan going into the season with LeVay and his skill set and the other guys we had to kind of complement that skill set from a running game standpoint. And with the first quarterback getting injured early in the year, it kind of delayed that process. And Colton stacked some days together, and we just felt like it was that week to see if we could get that complement going, and probably in hindsight ask a little bit too much of LeVay in his first year as quarterback in those previous 2 games, and it ended up working out. I'm very proud of those guys, the way they handled that.
Of course, special teams, rough day for special teams this past week. Just how do you go about addressing that? What did you see on film that could correct some of that?
It goes back to kind of what I said last week. Everybody sees the explosives and the turnovers, but sometimes it's just a game of inches and a guy just doing his job. And, of course, me coaching better. But the operation time was a little slow, and then we've got, some individuals that just clearly didn't do what they were supposed to do. And it was somewhat to do with Southern Naz, but more us than anything. So we got to get it cleaned up.
Whenever you look at the ground game, of course, you go into this game without DJ Brown. I always think of Donovan Shannon as the lightning necessarily to his thunder, but looking at the way Shannon ran the ball, I was really impressed. He and Cobb both very physical runners this past week.
Yeah, showed up late too, with the offensive line doing a great job and them finishing runs, breaking some tackles. Very impressive and exciting to watch, and we'll watch some of those clips as a team because that's what we like to do at the end of the game. If you can get in that position to grind it out and get some first down, it's very impressive.
Defensively speaking, last week you talked about the assignment being, keeping your eyes on the right spot. You guys did an excellent job, I thought, of limiting them offensively. And then when they did put the ball in the air, 4 interceptions.
Yeah, got some turnovers back, much needed turnovers back. And then, really good offensive team there with the misdirections and things. Missed a few tackles, but I thought our guys handled it pretty well. Overall, Southern Naz does a good job of staying in games till late. You see a lot of times, and I was just proud of both sides of the ball to be able to finish.
Of course, this week, tough trip, night game, Russellville against Arkansas Tech. New head coach, a guy though everyone in the league is familiar with, longtime defensive coordinator Coach Thompson from Ouachita Baptist. Your thoughts on what he's doing there? They're off to a fast start this year, of course, coming off of a loss, but a team that's 3-1 and one of the top teams in the league right now.
Yeah, started really well, and them and Monticello have been a matchup for years, I think, and sometimes you just can't put your finger on certain games and why it always goes or is close in rivalry games. So Monticello did beat them, but a really good team, and I think he's done a really good job. And they've got a good quarterback and solid on defense and aggressive on special teams. So we'll have our hands full as we do every week in this league. And the opponent is one thing, but you just got to make sure you show up with your best in this league.
One of the things is really, I guess, the first Kevin Bacon 6 degrees of separation we've had this year. New quarterback for Arkansas Tech, grad transfer from Fort Hays, who was in a quarterback battle with your former QB coach, Coach Heavner's son, Caleb Heavner. He makes the move over, a guy that has thrown for over 5,000 yards in his career. What kind of challenge does he pose?
Yeah, no, a really, really good player. And like you said, he got beat up a little bit at Fort Hays, and they made a move and went to Heavner, and he found him a spot, and he's done a really good job. So he's he operates that offense really well and can throw it, and he can run enough, and we'll have our hands full with him.
Again, talking with Coach Bo Atterbury. Coach, as always, appreciate the time. Look forward to your thoughts in the postgame.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Steubenville Chevrolet in Durant is proud to support Savage Storm Athletics. And with the same pride, resilience, and strength as Savage Storm fans, Steubenville Chevrolet is proud to be Durant Chevy dealer. When you need a new car, truck, or SUV, the Steubenville team is ready to find your perfect tailgate vehicle. No need to leave town to find what you want. Stay local, buy your Chevrolet the Steubenville way, and go Savage Storm.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Blue River Valley Winery is the place to be, with breathtaking views, amazing food, and unforgettable wine. It's the perfect escape. Whether you're planning a wedding, a family gathering, or just a peaceful afternoon, we've got something special for you. Come visit us at Blue River Valley Winery, located on Sawmill Road in Caddo. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Blue River Valley Winery.
45% of people put off buying life insurance, according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Al Olson, and discover coverage options that you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your covered options, call Al Olson at 580-924-3898.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and life happens in 2021.
My name is Morgan Ammons, and I am the office manager at Westside Family Dentistry.
The dentists at Westside Family Dentistry have proudly helped patients and their families achieve healthy smiles for over 50 years.
My favorite part of my job at Westside Family Dentistry is getting to help patients achieve their dream smile.
Accepting most dental insurance. Not insured? Ask about Westside Family Dentistry's VIP program. Westside Family Dentistry, 2915 Westside Drive in Durant, and westsidefamilydentistry.com.
Craving bold flavors and good vibes? Come on down to El Caporal Mexican Restaurant and Bar, your local fiesta headquarters. Sizzle your taste buds with Tex-Mex favorites, fresh seafood dishes, and don't forget their legendary top-shelf margaritas. Shaken, stirred, and always served with a smile. Whether it's date night, family night, or Margarita Monday, El Caporal is the place to be. El Caporal, where every night feels like a fiesta. Visit today. Taste the tradition, stay for the fun.
Welcome back to First United Bank pregame show here on the Southeastern Sports Network. Time now for our player spotlight. It shines on the offensive line. Damian Smallwood, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing well, doing well. So tell us a little bit about the journey from Grayson County to Durant. Obviously, you had your JUCO stop. What was it that made the decision easy to come to Southeastern?
I like what they got going on here. It's like we got a special team. I feel like we can win it all this year. And with Coach Bo, he was talking to me. I came in hurt in the spring, and like that played like a big role in it. And he brought it into me. He gave me a chance, so why not?
You look at this offensive line, and you know everybody. The cliche is it always begins up front. Look at both sides of the line, and offense and defense. You guys have taken on some injuries that obviously got you on the field a lot here the last couple of weeks. Seems to me that there's a lot of depth there on both sides of the line. Just your thoughts on that?
We got a lot of good people. It's not like just a one. It's like we got a lot of talent. It's like a lot of talent up front, and that's played a big role in why we're being good right now.
How does that work in practice? Both sides of the line working against one another. Do you feel you guys work well off of one another and making each other better?
Yeah, we're making each other a lot better. Like going against Jay Hood is like you ain't gonna never find nobody else like that in this conference, you know. So that made me a lot better in my game.
How many times do you win that battle?
We 50-50. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We 50-50.
Okay, I'll ask him at a certain point. Ask him what he says that battle's like. This past week, you guys really got going. Both of your running backs were walking along really well there at Southern Nazarene. What was it about that game? I thought you guys were really physical up front.
All we do is run off the ball. Fletch teaches us to run off the ball. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep doing it until you stop it.
So, aside from football, tell us your major. What are you looking to do career-wise?
I'm a sports management major. I want to keep playing football until I can't no more. That's my goal right now.
Whenever that's done, do you plan on sticking around the game in some way, shape, or form?
Some way. I'm going to try to stick around as long as I can.
Do you see yourself sticking around this area, or you want to broaden your horizons a little bit?
I want to broaden my horizons.
Any particular area you want to go to?
Nah, not really.
So you got the whole world to go to. The state of Texas, it's 5 states in itself. That's where you're originally from.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there's any place down there you want to go to.
Nah, it don't matter. Wherever I get a chance to just take that shot.
So here and being in this area where you grew up, what are some of the things you do away from the field? What are some of your hobbies, fun stuff to do?
I would say hang out with some of my friends from back home. Like someone play on the football team. So
there's a whole group of Yellow Jackets and Bearcats on this team.
Yeah, so make it easy. We just hang out, watch games, and just chill.
Gotcha. Again, talking with Damian Smallwood. He is our player spotlight for this week. All right, get you out here on our hot seat segment. 5 things you spontaneously react. Favorite school subject?
Let me say, I gotta say lunch. There ain't no subject. I gotta say lunch.
Good answer. Speaking of lunch, what's your favorite post-game meal?
Post-game meal? I say chicken spaghetti.
Favorite female musician?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I say Nicki Minaj.
Okay. Souped up car or jacked up truck?
Jacked up truck.
And what does it mean to be a member of Southeastern football?
It means a lot. It's like, it brings a lot to the table. It just means so much.
Again, Damian Smallwood, he is our player spotlight for this week from the offensive line. Sir, appreciate the time. Good luck not only to the remainder of this season, but also in all your future endeavors.
Yes, sir.
It's right there, Damian Smallwood coming up. We got more of the First United Bank pregame show from Russellville after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Keith Urban's High and Alive World Tour. Friday, October 10th, the Choctaw Grand Theater. A night of hits. With special guest Carly Scott Collins. It's going to be a party you don't want to miss. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Keith Urban, Choctaw Casino Resort, Durant.
If college is in your future, then scholarship applications should be too. Visit ChetaFoundation.com for dozens of scholarship opportunities. Whether you're a high school senior or pursuing a doctorate level degree, Choctaw Tribal members will find competitive scholarships for every level of education. Applications for the Cheta Foundation open on January 15th, but you can start planning now. For more information, visit the scholarship page at ChetaFoundation.com. That's CHAHTA Foundation.com.
When you're dealing with an insurance company, you're already behind the 8 ball. And the only way to get a level playing field is to hire an attorney.
We treat each and every case and each and every client as if they are a friend and neighbor, because that is how we view them.
You'll get the best service. You're going to have the best people working on your case. That I can promise.
Burridge Law Firm. Call 580-920-0700 or visit burridgelaw.com.
This is Buddy. Hi, I'm Buddy. If you're a Cherokee business customer, you already know Buddy, because Cherokee business customers get VIP support from people they know. If you don't have VIP support from Cherokee, you get this. Your call is very important to us. For robotic service, call the other guys. For personal VIP service, call Buddy.
Yeah, call me.
Actual humans helping local humans do business at Cherokee Communications. Long live humans. Long live local.
You're listening to Savage Storm Sports right here on Mix 96.1 KZRC, Bennington, Durant, Oklahoma.
Welcome back, everyone. Simmons Bank Field at Thone Stadium on the campus of Arkansas Tech. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson. Bob Sullins back at the worldwide headquarters here on this crazy Saturday afternoon of college football. All the games have already been played, and as was so astutely pointed out to us on the way up last week, we were the only early game of the day, and tonight in the GAC, we're the only night game of the evening. So consider us the A team here in the GAC.
Everybody else in the GAC is already in the ice bath of the recliner, and we're just getting started.
Just getting started, and again, a bit of ways from kickoff. So let's go ahead and take a look at last week. Last week, things for Southeastern Oklahoma State, a little bit crazy, kind of a crazy game that took place there in Bethany, a game that Southeastern found themselves down. It was a great turnaround right before half to go up by 7. You had some controversy on some calls in that game in the second half. Either way you go, you look at that controversy, you look at the special teams blunders. You had a botched snap on a field goal attempt. You had a missed extra point. You had a 2 blocked field goals. It was not a good day for the hands team as far as that goes in that particular play. Still, you hold on to win. That's the big thing, is you hold on to win 27-21. And, of course, with that win, Coach Atterbury now in sole possession of third place on the all-time coaching list, passing Paul Laird. Just your thoughts. I thought that was a game that very easily could have gotten away from Southeastern.
Without question, especially on the road. I mean, you obviously want to go in and assert your dominance, and frankly, they did. If you look at the stat sheet, that's really the only reason they won. With that many mistakes and that many miscues, and in areas where they usually do get you beat, and then you go 3-1 in yards and +4 in turnovers, that's what really helped you go ahead and hang on and win that football game.
Well, then you take a look at the other side of the coin. Arkansas Tech off to their best start in over half a decade, and off to a 3-0 start. They have Arkansas Monticello at home, who at the time winless, a team that Southeastern handled quite nicely. You and I had said on that broadcast, this team is going to find a way to win some games this season. They obviously did it here. They pile up 500 yards of offense, 400 plus through the air. Given the fact that Southeastern hasn't really been able to air it out yet this week, if you're Southeastern, do you find anything that they took advantage of a week ago, or do you dance with the horse that brought you, so to speak?
Well, that's why Bo gets the big bucks, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to watch that film. Obviously, you're going to try to take something away from that film that you can use. But ultimately, you got to be you, and we're going to talk about that as we get into keys later. But it's really more about you than about what Monticello did. And you're absolutely right. Monticello's got athletes all over the field, and that's going to eventually show up. Apparently it did here last week.
Of course, we will talk about some of the key players here in just a little bit. A guy to watch out, though, and we mentioned him in the pregame interview, Jack Dawson, the Fort Hays State transfer, making his way over. Had quite the career there at Fort Hays State in the MIAA. Threw for over 5,400 yards, 45 touchdowns, 23 interceptions in his career there, and he has gotten off to a very clean start here at Arkansas Tech. The one thing that really stands out on the stat sheet coming into this game, what Coach Thompson has done defensively, and that is his acumen as far as that go. Longtime defensive coordinator there at Ouachita Baptist and the NCAA Division II Assistant of the Year in the American Football Coaches Association. He has turned the defense around. They are a +6 in turnover differential, and even more importantly, they themselves have turned it over only 3 times this year. Dawson with just 1 interception. This coming against a Southeastern team that has gotten back to dead even in the plus-minus game after last week's 4 interceptions.
Well, you talk about Jack Dawson, and yes, he brings a lot to the table, but the biggest thing is the experience. He's at 29 starts in college. There's not a lot of guys in this league that have that, and he's going to get him in the right play. He's not going to make mistakes. You just said it, 1 interception. He's not going to put the ball in harm's way. You're going to have to beat him. Monticello did it. You just need to do what they did and do what you did.
Of course, you take a look at what they are doing. Both teams very good against the run. Both offenses very balanced so far this season. Southeastern averaging a little bit more per game than the Wonder Boys, as Southeastern comes in averaging 385 yards of offense per outing, while the Wonder Boys averaging 366 per game on the season. Coming up, we'll have more of the First United Bank pregame show. We continue on after this. It is Savage Storm football on the road in Russellville on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Beer runs, straight up competitive. And the wine cellar, we're MVP. From ice-cold game day beer to craft brews that impress your hipster buddies and premium spirits smoother than a quarterback spiral, we've got your victory celebration in a bottle. Don't show up empty-handed, show up legendary. And proud partner of the Southeastern Sports Network, the Wine Cellar Liquor Store, Radio Road, Durant. Drink better. Celebrate more.
We recently hung out at Taco Casa to find out how Casa fans eat their Casa.
2 tacos and a bean burrito.
Do you use the sauce?
Yes.
So do you put it off to the side, or do you soak your burrito in it? How do you use the sauce?
I soak it up as much as I can. I pour it on there, on the tacos and burrito.
When it's real fresh, real food, and real good, there's no wrong way to eat your Casa. Be sure to visit Taco Casa, 1st Street in Durant and southbound 75 in Calera.
Athletic injuries are essentially orthopedic injuries with sport-specific components. At Excel Therapy, our goal is for the athlete to return to the sport quickly. Excel Therapy can assist in speeding up recovery following surgery by improving range of motion, strength, and flexibility. At Excel Therapy, we excel at sports medicine. We excel at physical therapy. We excel at helping you excel. With clinics in Ardmore and Durant, our team excels at orthopedic injury recovery and sports medicine. Find us at exceltherapyok.com.
The Pick 6 meal for 2 is back at Buffalo Wild Wings of Sherman. Choose 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 fountain drinks for just $19.99. Dine in only. Some restrictions apply. Pick 6 meal for 2, perfect for all the games or just hanging out. All with 1 giant screen and 45 50-plus-inch TVs, so you never miss the game. Open 11 to midnight Sunday through Wednesday and 11 to 1 Thursday through Saturday. The $19.99 Pick 6 meal for 2, only at Buffalo Wild Wings inside the Sherman Town Center.
Arkansas Band of Extinction, as they are known here in Russellville, Arkansas, with the Star Spangled Banner, taking us right into the starters that are presented to you by the Chutta Foundation. The Chutta Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping tribal members achieve levels of higher education. They have an outstanding scholarship program. The application process for that will get underway in January, but you can begin preparing now. Visit ChuttaFoundation.com. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starters for Southeastern Oklahoma State as up front. And again, these are very speculative at best, as the guys have been banged up just a little bit this season. Up front, you've got Wrigley Kennedy, the 6'3", 292-pound junior out of Kingfisher, Oklahoma. He'll be opposite the right tackle in Shaq Mapinda, but that again could be up to a game time decision. We saw Caleb Perry taking reps at left guard, the sophomore from Colgate, Oklahoma. Big kid, 6'1", 310-pounder. Damian Smallwood looking to get the start at right guard, the 6'5", 315-pound sophomore out of Denison, Texas. And the starting center, Reagan Wade, the 6'3", 286-pound redshirt sophomore, although was told has a bit of a thumb issue, and we don't know if he may have to move to guard. So again, a lot of moving pieces, and we'll tell you why that's important in a moment. Taking a look at the offensive receiving core, Matt Nunez wearing 86 tonight along with Victor Taylor. Taylor's been quiet the last couple of weeks. On the opposite side, Kobe Jennings, who had a breakout game last week, 5 catches for 102 yards, including a long of 44 and a touchdown, with Gabe Corona the opposite slot. And that takes us right into our key player for Southeastern Oklahoma State, Donovan Shannon, who got the rock last week, the starting nod. And, you know, he's had some slow starts this season. he looked like the number one back last week.
Exactly. 12 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown last week. We want to see him build on that. The bottom line is he's taken over the leadership in that running back room from DJ Brown, who's out now. So Donovan Shannon not only stepping up in the number of carries and being the first back on the field, but taking over in that running back room.
Of course, he had 12 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown last week, but you can expect to see some mixture of he, Cobb, and even Lockhart got carries last week, the freshman from Frisco Emerson High School. Starting quarterback projects to be LeVay Duncan, the 6'3", 203-pound redshirt freshman last week. Threw for 145 and a touchdown. He rushed for 59. He's the leading rusher on the team this season with 302 yards rushing on 49 carries, although you could see a dose of Colton Howard, who last week was 8 of 11 through the air for 71 yards. Of course, 44 of those 71 coming on that single throw to Kobe Jennings. Let's take a look at the defensive front for first year of our defensive coordinator Frank Espy, who was on staff with Coach Thompson in Ouachita. They run a 3-4 set, and we begin up front with our key player is the 6'2", 250-pound senior. Played a lot last year, not a returning starter, but he gets into the backfield in Israel Whitmore.
Well, you mentioned he's not listed as a returning starter, but he did play in all 11 games last year. 2 sacks and 2 tackles for loss last week. Kind of a breakout game, something that might build his confidence. 2.5 sacks on the year. He's tied for 4th in the GAC. This kid, when you turn on the film, just shows up. He's always around the ball.
Of course, opposite he is Tyler Mosley and then Jackson Jennings. The edge, though, is Vershawn Richardson, kind of a standing edge rusher. You can expect to see the grad transfer be able to come off of the edge. And Richardson, who has 17 tackles for the season. Taking a look at the linebacking core on the outside, the strong side linebacker is Julian Lopez, a 6', 220-pound junior. The weak side linebacker, Jaron Stewart, a 6'2", 235-pound senior. And the Mike linebacker from Summit, Mississippi, Sam, I'm tired of the beep snakes Jackson. I love the name, as the 6'1", 215-pound junior Mike linebacker. The corners, Colin Crichton, who saw action a year ago, a junior, in Tyreek Jones, a returning starter as well with 2 interceptions on the season, and the safeties, Diego Sanchez, a returning starter, and Caleb Arnold. Taking a look at the offense for Arkansas Tech, and up front, pretty big, average out at 291 pounds, and Josh Street, the left tackle, a 6'5", 325-pound grad student from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Opposite he, the right tackle, is Andrew Hellman, a 6'6", 280-pound sophomore. The guards, Jacob Young, shortest guard on the team, 5'11", 280-pound freshman. And then a 6'2", 285-pound redshirt freshman in Vincent Thrower at right guard, and a 3-year starter at center in Peyton Henderson, the senior from Harbor High School there in Springdale, Arkansas. Taking a look at the receivers, Jarrett Long, the big tall receiver to the outside, a 6'4", 205-pounder, and a transfer in from the University of Central Arkansas, the former home of Scottie Pippen. And Scout Brazell is the Z receiver. The inside receivers, Darion Crooms along with Gavin Waits. Crooms, 9 rushes for 71 yards and 9 catches for 114 on the season. In the backfield, it's been the freshman Bryson Rowland that's got the lion's share of the carries, 51 for 390 and 3 touchdowns. The true freshman Helling out of Waco, Texas, played at La Vega High School. And then our key player on offense for Tech, Jack Dawson, the 6', 205-pound grad student, had a heck of a high school career at Arlington Lamar.
Yeah, guys, I mean, this kid's just played a ton of football, and that experience puts him in a position to get Tech in the right play all the time, and he just doesn't make mistakes.
If you take
you're gonna have to beat him.
If you take a look at his college numbers, of course, coming into this year, had 5,400 yards passing at Fort Hays. He had over 7,600, was the all-time Arlington City pass leader at 6A Arlington Lamar. The interesting thing on that, he's thrown for over 13,000 yards in his career. Think about that for a moment. Taking a look at the defensive starters for Southeastern Oklahoma State up front, and let's begin kind of where we did with the Tech defense, and let's start at the defensive end position. Our key player today, Dylan Seabach, the junior from Midwest City and a transfer in from Northeastern Oklahoma State.
Well, he wears 97. He's a defensive end, and this kid all last year just made plays. He showed up every week. 4.5 sacks in 2024. So far, he hadn't gotten one in 2025. Monticello got a couple of sacks last week over this Tech team. It's time, and Tech's only allowed 4 sacks all year long. So it's time for Seabach to show up and get in that backfield.
D'Angelo Shanks, the opposite end, while on the inside, a mixture of Will Billings, who has really had a heck of a sophomore campaign, and Joshua Johnson, the junior from Southwest Baptist College, a transfer in last week, had 2 tackles, 2 sacks, and of course 2 tackles for a loss. Taking a look at the linebacking core, the outside linebackers, Will Wallace, the returning starter, a 6', 240-pounder from Denison, Texas, and a transfer in from Idaho State, while his brother-in-arms, former Yellow Jacket as well, DeTardian Johnson, the 6'1", 213-pounder at the strong side linebacker position. We expect to see Braden Winters back. He missed last week. The 6'2", 220-pounder comes in with 164 career tackles, including 21 tackles for a loss. Taking a look at these corners that showed up big and showed out often last week, Cole McNaught coming off of his first career interception, the redshirt sophomore, 5'9", 158-pounder from Flower Mound Markets High School down in the Metroplex area, and the redshirt sophomore from Aubrey, Texas, in Cameron Fields, who also had an interception last week. And it's like Oprah, you got an interception, you got an interception. So now let's go to the Rover safety and Andrew Grissom, the redshirt freshman from Denton Braswell, who also had an interception last week. And then the 6'1", 183-pound redshirt sophomore from Palm Bay, Florida, Travion Butler. Butler did not, and I'll say he got robbed of a fumble recovery last week. The 2 tackles and a tackle for a loss last week, though, for Butler. Defensively, this is a defense that allows just 305 yards of offense per game, 130 of that on the ground, and that is where Arkansas Tech likes to try and make their living. They're very balanced this season. They come in averaging 187 through the air, 178 on the ground. Defensively, the Wonder Boys, they are the second best in the league, only to Harding in stopping the run. They're allowing 127.5 yards rushing per game, while allowing 227 through the air. Keep in mind, that got skewed a little bit last week, as Monticello did not eclipse 100 yards rushing, but they did certainly eclipse 200 yards passing, throwing for 400 on this Wonder Boys defense. As we take a look and get set for coin toss results real quick, let's go ahead and hit the keys to the game. It is our storm forecast brought to you by the Wine Cellar.
Yeah, first key to the game offensively is just third downs, guys. You've got to limit negative plays. You've got to stay ahead of the chains. Converting third downs, it comes down to how you start on first down. So bottom line is you're going to have to stay away from those negative plays and not put yourself in a chase position early.
Southeastern 4th in the league in third down conversions. If you took away the Southwestern game, they would be second. It lifts it that much. They were just 4 of 15 against Southwestern on third down. What do you have defensively?
Well, play 60 minutes, specifically fourth quarter consistency. Southeastern's been outscored 35-10 in the fourth quarter. Tech is outscoring opponents 43-24 in the fourth. That Southeastern's 35 points allowed is basically a third of all their total points. And Tech's 43 points scored is basically a third of all their points scored. So basically this could come down to a fourth quarter battle.
Of course, the Wine Cellar, Radio Road, and Durant Beer runs are a sport. In the Wine Cellar, they're MVP. Visit today, drink better, celebrate more, celebrate responsibly. As here is a look at field conditions and coin toss results brought to you by Shelburne Heating and Air.
Well, let's start with the weather. It's 78 degrees at kickoff, going to go down to about 70 by the end of the night. Southeast wind at 8 miles an hour, and it's blowing a little bit out there, maybe gusting even a little higher than that. But as far as weather's concerned, I literally cannot see a cloud in the sky. Nothing but sunshine and a beautiful day for football. The coin toss, Southeastern did win the toss. They chose to defer their option. As a result, Tech will receive the opening kickoff and travel north to south or left to right on your radio dial.
And, of course, with that, Shelburne Heating and Air, they are your locally owned heating and air experts. Visit ShelburneHeatAir.com. Time for your U.S. Cellular kickoff. And into a trot is Dylan Cox, and this kick drifting back, filled it at the 3, brought out over the 10, 15, and a big hit. And that hit delivered by Prince Dway, who last week missed out on a sack. He absolutely decleated the returner, and Lorenzo Bowers. So Wonder Boys will start inside their own 20 to begin this game. And fans here hopefully will see something a little bit more entertaining than what we saw last year in Durant, a game that set football back 100 years. It was an exciting 6-0 win for the Wonder Boys. And that 6 points wasn't even a touchdown. It was a pair of field goals, one scored in the third and one in the fourth. And here is a direct snap play to the tailback, Bryson Rowland, kind of going with the Wildcat look. Nothing going there. And second down and 10 after that gain of nothing.
Jack Dawson on the field. They just split him out left and went with the Wildcat there on first down. Great job recognition and making a tackle.
Now Dawson in at the traditional QB spot in the gun. Snap from the left hash. They'll slip it out into the right flat. Find the slot receiver. He'll pick up a couple, maybe four, as Travion Butler there to make the stop. Catch was made by Darion Crooms, the 5'10", 180-pound junior.
Going quick here, trying to get some tempo on third down.
Gain of 4 on the play brings up third down and 6. Tech converting at 45% on third downs this season. They're 25 of 56 coming into today, but just 3 of 10 last week. 5 wide for the quarterback. Dawson claps his hands. Pressure off the edge. Now in his face. Seabach had him, lost him. Now throws across his body and hits the umpire.
Umpire's got to make that catch. Oh, wait. Never mind. He can't really help him. And you know what? Great job with pressure right in his face early. Didn't get a real good look at who it was, but pressure in his face got him off of his spot.
Well, Seabach that made the initial contact with him, and then he was eluding that, and Winters gave him chase just enough to make that throw off the mark, and a quick 3 and out. Southeastern will have it. Their first possession of the game is the shade completely covering the north side of the field here at Thone Stadium. And Andre Williams situated back at his own 30-yard line. The punt from the leg of Angus Greaves, and Greaves a high booming punt. Williams almost lost it, runs backwards, in trouble, taken down short of the 30-yard line, down at the 29. And Southeastern will begin this drive with 13:38 to go in the first quarter. Still no score, quick 3 and out provided by the defense.
Strange there is they've got number 5 out there. Is that not the quarterback, or do they have double numbers? They do. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Figures.
Tech does have double numbers, and that would be C.J. Palmer, the linebacker. And here is LeVay Duncan getting his 4th straight start of the season. He'll hand off here, trying to find some running room, and a lot going there. It was Jonathan Cobb on the carry.
Yeah, interesting as Cobb starts the game here, and we just got to talking about Donovan Shannon. We're going to have to start telling Bo about our key players so he doesn't mess those up. But
again, you'll see, the funny thing about that, you say that, last week Cobb had 19 carries compared to Shannon's 12. I mean, they've got a deep running back room they obviously trust, and as you heard in that player spotlight, Smallwood saying, we're just going to keep pounding it until you stop us. Second down and 8. Duncan swings it out right flat, snagged out of the air as Trevin Hohenberger, who had his first career touchdown reception last week, he picks up 4 to the 34-yard line. And
close,
here is
close to being a lateral there. Might actually have been a rush. But either way, makes for a much more manageable third down.
A third down and 5 here. Duncan remains in the gun. Has Cobb to his backside. 2 receivers right, short side of the field. With the tight end Simpson lined up over the left side of the line. Actually a 2 tight end set. As Simpson, the standing tight end, Jalen Banks with a hand in the ground. Duncan receives the snap. Play action, dumps it short, and a first down pickup to Trevin Hohenberger. So Hohenberger getting the start, and he makes the grab, a gain of 7, and it is a first down. Southeastern moves the sticks. First down of the game.
2 tight end look there, you said it, and Nunez and Trevin Hohenberger out there to the edge. No normal receivers we usually see.
Saw a few of them running in pregame. Again, this team is beat up just a little bit. Duncan will hand off here. Cobb, big running room, breaks the tackle to 45 and falls short of the midfield stripe, tackled at the 48. Gain of 7 on the play. And here is second down and 3.
Got an injured player out there. Looks like that's not what Southeastern needs to see.
It appears to be Jalen Banks. So Banks down on the field here. May have gotten rolled up on. As they check him out. Go ahead and leave it right here. And I have to ask you the question, are you scrolling through life instead of living it? With U.S. Cellular's US Mode, you can scroll less and live more. Enter the 10K Life in US Mode sweepstakes for your chance to win $10,000. And be sure to visit U.S. Cellular or Mix 96.1 on location at the corner of 2nd and University prior to kickoff next week of Harding Southeastern game as a Thursday night contest at Pollard Field. We'll get you signed up for that contest, and it is the giveaway.uscellular.com. That's where you go to enter, and it is the Life in 10K mode, courtesy of U.S. Cellular. So second down and 3, Banks off the field. Now they go with a spread set with Victor Taylor and Kobe Jennings lined up out wide right. Nunez, the single receiver to the left. Duncan, option look here. Cuts, moves up the field, able to cross the midfield stripe, and it is enough to move the sticks. The head linesman says move them along. First down, Southeastern now in plus territory at the Wonder Boy 49.
Well, we know he's got the athleticism. He showed you the power there, and we've seen it more than once this season, but he gets hit about 1.5 yards short of that first down line to gain and pushes through that tackle and gets the yardage.
Clock moving on the first down, 10:50 to go here. First possession of the game for Southeastern. They began this drive at their own 29. Now in plus territory, Duncan takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Cobb corralled there, taken down, no gain on the play. At Southeastern today, donning the road white tops with the royal blue numerals and lettering trimmed in yellow gold, the blue pants with the white hats for Arkansas Tech, that logo they unveiled a couple of years ago, the state of Arkansas with Tech written across it. The gold helmets with the green logo on the side. They've got the green shirts, white numerals and lettering with yellow gold striping on the arms and the yellow gold pants, a la Green Bay Packers. The pass here, Duncan rockets a pass, and Nunez just didn't catch it. It goes right into his hands. That one went straight up into the air. He was really fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Absolutely, and we know we've talked about Duncan trying to take something off of those shorter passes. That one, he didn't have a choice. He had to fire that in between two guys in the zone, and bottom line, that's the one you got to catch. It's going to bring up for a 3rd and long here.
Now, 8th play of the drive, and the incompletion brings up 3rd down and 10. Duncan in the gun, 4 wide, 2 to each side, snap from the right hash as the Sun covering LeVay Duncan receives a snap, 3-step drop, rifles right side, and that one going into the sidelines. Jennings couldn't hold on, incomplete pass, and we'll see the punt team come out for the first time today. Logan Dorsey, who's averaging 35.8 yards per punt this season. He has booted it away 16 times this year. And while Southeastern able to gain some yards, picked up 32 on that drive. They're unable to, 22 on that drive. They're unable to do anything more than cross midfield. Dorsey awaits the snap. Back to return is Cardell Sermons. End over end punt's going to land short of Sermons. Check up at the 12 and be stopped at the 16-yard line. Coming down to kill that for the Savage Storm was Jacob Brewer. Takes us to our first media timeout of the game. No score, 9:50 to go in the first quarter. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it making more money. Spend it making more memories. Spend it learning a new skill. Spend it teaching an old trick. Spend it career climbing. Spend it mountain climbing. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
The Artisan at Brick Street Hotel in historic downtown Durant, where elevated American cuisine meets craft cocktails in a refined yet comfortable atmosphere. Every dish is crafted with quality ingredients, locally sourced, curated to perfection with unparalleled service. Whether it's brunch, lunch, or a special night out, The Artisan is your perfect destination with private, semi-private, and large party reservations available. Reserve your table today at theartisandurant.com. Theartisandurant.com.
First day's game being broadcast across the Southeastern Sports Network, including KYHD, Valiant, KZIG, Colgate, KHKC, Atoka, KICM, Ardmore, and KZRC, Bennington, Durant. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson. Russellville, Arkansas, side of Week 5 action in the GAC for Southeastern. The only not game of the day as Dawson and the Wonder Boys, their second possession of the game, a handoff here to Rowland. And Bryson Rowland ripping off a gain of 9, his best run of the game as he moves from the 16 out to the 24-yard line.
Had a hit on him in the backfield, Jacob Geddes, and just unable to bring him down. He breaks that tackle and makes a heck of a gain out of that first down.
So only a gain of 8, second down and 2 here. Dawson has the play, now slides back into the gun. Rowland, the tailback to his left. Back to the ground game. Rowland trying to make a nifty move, does over the 25, a little shimmy shake, and Cole McNaught wraps him up, but it's a first down gain of 5. They move it to the 29.
That'll be the first down for Arkansas Tech today, and 2 straight runs kind of coming at you with the physicality.
Dawson here in the gun. Has trips to the right. They're lined up on the far side hash as they move left to right here in front of us. Snap from the right hash. Dawson floats it out almost too low. That one snagged off of the turf. Still keeping the play alive, and coming to the near side is Sermons. Sermons finally upended after a gain of 8. They had multiple hits on him at the line of scrimmage, and he just eluded all that. A 5'7", 750-pound freshman to transfer in from Lamar University. They go up tempo here after the gain of 9, and now an official timeout. And I think
play clock issue. And look at that formation from Tech. This is one they wanted to be able to run quickly.
Well, it may be Atterbury wanting to challenge the catch. That ball was awfully low. It looked like it may have hit the turf. Or it may be a clock issue.
Southeastern is challenging the ruling of the field of a catch.
I knew that ball looked very low out there to the side, and I thought that it may have caught the turf, but they'll go to review it, and we'll take a timeout. 8:16 to play here in the first quarter. Still no score. Savage Storm football continues in a moment on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Arnett Insurance is proudly celebrating 60 years of serving Durant and the Texoma area. That's 3 generations of family ownership looking out for your insurance needs. Rates for home, life, auto, and commercial that fit your lifestyle and budget. At Arnett Insurance, you'll find 10 licensed agents with over 270 years of experience. Locally based agents that work with a variety of insurance companies give you the best options available. Located at 1116 West Main in Durant, it's Arnett Insurance and ArnettInsurance.com.
Craving bold flavors and good vibes? Come on down to El Caporal Mexican Restaurant and Bar, your local fiesta headquarters. Sizzle your taste buds with Tex-Mex favorites, fresh seafood dishes, and don't forget their legendary top-shelf margaritas. Shaken, stirred, and always served with a smile. Whether it's date night, family night, or Margarita Monday, El Caporal is the place to be. El Caporal, where every night feels like a fiesta. Visit today. Taste the tradition, stay for the fun.
Referee Lance Mathis still down in the tent, checking out this one. Interestingly enough, they've not replayed it on the scoreboard here at Thone Stadium. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson, of course, coming to you from Russellville, Arkansas. I'll take this opportunity to tell you about our friends at Choctaw Casino Resort Durant. We're into October, and that means it's Halloween time. Matter of fact, it gets going tonight. $50,000 cash drawing took place about 15 minutes ago, with $10,000 cash drawings going now till 11 o'clock on the hour every hour, and then a $50,000 cash drawing at 12 a.m. and a $100,000 cash drawing about the time we'll get home, 1 a.m. So better hustle me out to the casino, Rob. You can earn entries now through October 26th. Be sure to visit the Rewards Club at Choctaw Casino Resorts Durant for more info. It's Halloween here in the month of October. Referee Lance Mathis comes jogging out of the tent. They did not replay it on the big board here. Be interested to see. It did look low, but I'm not sure from our vantage point. Matter of fact, I believe I described it as it being.
The replay equipment is currently not working. The ruling on the field will be upheld. So please pass.
So the video replay is currently not working. Just another day in the GAC, folks.
How ironic,
second down and 1.
We're concerned about a catch that gives you a 9-yard gain and somehow your replay equipment doesn't work. Huh.
So it's currently not working. So in my opinion, then we just don't have replay the rest of this game. Because wouldn't that be something if it miraculously works in the fourth quarter? Just saying. Second down and 1 now. The ball spotted at the 38-yard line. Dawson receives, looking to pass. Play action, goes one-on-one down to the left side and incomplete. Cameron Fields there step for step as he was working with the receiver, J.D. Cosmaker. The Cosmaker, 6'5", 190-pound freshman out of Gilbert, Arizona. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be a little hesitant here on some of these looking at the offensive personnel because the two deep has obviously changed in what was publicized in the game notes. Heavy formation here with a new QB. And it is a running play for the quarterback, Dominic Feliciano. And Feliciano able to pick up a first down. He only needed 2, and he was able to get that to the 39-yard line.
Well, so far in about 7 offensive plays, we've seen 2 quarterbacks. We've seen a wildcat formation, and they tried to run that tackles split out deal a second ago. So
they have Isaiah Kendall lined up out wide left, Dawson in the gun. Play action, they play it back to the near side. It's Jarrett Long, the 6'4 receiver, hauling in a short gain to the 45-yard line. Pickup of 6. Second down and 4 coming up here for the Wonder Boys.
Quick look at the out and just a one-step drop. Got to look maybe for somebody to jump that route later if he keeps to try to do that one.
So second and 4. Moon beginning to rise above in the east as Dawson 5 wide looking to pass. Fires out short, finds his receiver into plus territory, and then push back to the midfield stripe. Darion Crooms with the catch. He'll make forward progress to the Southeastern 47-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play and a first down. And Arkansas Tech in plus territory for the first time this afternoon.
Ball out of his hands quick, so he's not going to let any pressure get to him, and just a quick look and a good throw.
Dawson in the gun. 2 receivers left, receives a snap. Handoff, bouncing it left side. And over the 45, and then a pile at the 41-yard line. On the carry was Tracy Daniels, redshirt freshman from here in Russellville. And a nice run of 6 brings up second and 4. So starting to get some chunk yardage here on these runs, the Wonder Boys are. 9th play of the drive on a drive that began with 9:40 to go in this first quarter. We slide under 6 to play. 2 receivers tight to the formation on the left side. Ball spotted between the 2 hashes on this second and 4. Handoff, near side run. And again, it's the redshirt freshman, Daniels. And again, it's a chunk play to the 32, gain of 9, and another first down.
And another missed tackle in the backfield. I think right now Southeastern is recognizing what they're trying to do, just missing a few tackles and leaving guys in space so far. Need to tighten that up.
Back in the backfield is Bronson Rowland, the 5'8", 170-pound freshman for this first down and 10 for the Storm 32. They hand to Rowland, and he is met in the backfield. First guy to get to him was the safety, Joseph Jones, and then he was subsequently finished off, I believe, by Cole McKnight.
Yes, and you know what? That's a negative play on first down, which you haven't seen so far on this drive. So let's see if Southeastern can take advantage of that and try to get them off the field.
11th play of the drive here. It is 2nd and 11. And Dawson back out with 5 wide. As the tailback rolling in the right slot now moves him into the backfield to his right. Dawson claps, receives the snap, flings it out left side, pass is caught, and jitterbugging along, still breaking a tackle before Natarian Johnson brings him down is Cardell Sermons. So Sermons with that catch, we saw his explosiveness earlier. He was the player in question on whether or not that was a catch or not. Of course, they weren't able to review that one. And after that gain of 5, it's 3rd down and 6.
Big play right here. You want to try to force the field goal try if you can. And certainly not give them enough yardage where they might decide to go for it on 4th down.
So a 3rd and 6. 22 is the target here for quarterback Jack Dawson. Receives a snap, fires short, pass is caught. Sermon slipping away, runs backwards, and Joseph Jones had a hand on the football as they blow the play dead.
And he's going to be short of the 1st down, and I think it's going to leave him a solid 3 or 4 yards to get this 1st down, if not a little more.
Well, they put it to the 25. See, this is where I'm going to have a huge argument.
Yes.
And the argument is, yes, that's where Sermons caught the ball, but he ran backwards, and at that point you lose your forward progress. He wasn't shoved backwards. He ran backwards.
He escaped a tackle and went backwards on his own, and that should cost him, but it's not going to.
Feliciano in at quarterback, the junior from Santa Rosa, California. Dumps it short, incomplete. Natarian Johnson with a little extra shoulder shiv to the back of Gavin Waits and a turnover on downs. So that ball mark doesn't cost Southeastern, but it did, I think, change the opinion of Coach Roy Thompson to go for it there. That could have been a disastrous drive. An official timeout will step aside. No score still, 3:06 to go. Southeastern poised to get it back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
When I share my story, it's about more than building an inspirational space for artists. I represent the creative spirit of the nation, the Choctaw Nation.
I am our past.
I am our present. I am our future.
I am all of us.
When we share, we become one.
Because our stories make us more.
Stories keep our culture alive.
See them and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Protection,
Reassurance.
compensation.
All describe what insurance is designed to provide.
However, with catastrophic loss, such as an auto accident, wrongful death, or house fire, the insurance company can be a confusing and daunting entity.
If you have suffered from an injury or loss, the Burridge Law Firm can help. We know how frustrating it can be to deal with insurance companies and medical providers. Large enough to provide a wealth of experience, yet small enough to focus on each client, Burridge Law Firm is here to serve your legal needs with dedication and diligence.
Southeastern comes out, 3:06 to go here in this first quarter. Their second possession of the game. This coming after a turnover on downs. The drive will begin at their own 25-yard line after Tech ate it up for 6 minutes. New quarterback in is Colton Howard. Howard looking to pass, goes deep, has a man caught, slips a tackle, and at the 50 and into Wonderboy territory is Cameron Lockhart, who snuck out of the backfield and just went streaking past everyone and immediately into plus territory with a gain of 28 yards.
And a nice touch pass from Howard as he streaks down the seam there over the linebackers in front of the safety, allows him to try to make a guy miss.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They move Lockhart out of the backfield to the right flat. Howard dumps it down that way, makes the catch, makes a man miss, works up the right sideline. And he eludes all of that, has a first down gain to the 35, a pickup of 12. Cameron Lockhart, a little speedster out of Frisco Emerson. He's the fastest guy on the team, Coach Atterbury said. We got to see that speed in week 1 against Arkansas. Monticello had a 66-yard kickoff return that was almost a house call. Scored his first career touchdown last week against Southern Nazarene on a 15-yard carry. He's in the backfield here. Takes the handoff from the Wonderboy 35. Still falls for it. Picks up a yard to the 34.
I tell you what, don't tell this kid he's a freshman. He might have been playing high school football this time last year, but boy, he is all 3 touches on this drive so far have been him, and he's been a spark.
Well, he might be a hidden gem. He was injured in high school, so didn't pop up on a lot of people's radar. Coach Atterbury and the staff, they liked what they saw, and he is obviously back from said injury. 2 receivers out left, one to the right is Jennings. Howard in the gun, receives the snap, 3-step drop, and will dump it out again into the left flat. This time to Lockhart. He is crunched down at the 31-yard line. Nothing developing deep in the passing game. Makes a smart play and just dumps it over the head of the oncoming defender. Sets up 3rd down and 6.
Well, he wanted Nunez down this left side, and Nunez had his guy beat early, but the safety had rolled over the top. If he throws that ball, it puts it in harm's way. So good decision to dump it down and get what you can get.
We're about to crank up the motley crew here at Thone Stadium. Howard on 3rd and long. Dumps it out right side. Victor Howard. And he shimmied, should have cut in, instead cut out. And in doing so, he is corralled by the linebacker, Julian Lopez. So now a decision to be had for Coach Atterbury. Here in plus territory, they're going to keep the offense on the field. Not really surprised given last week's theatrics on the special teams unit. So here is 4th down and 6. Howard in the gun. 3 receivers left. Of course, they do have all 3 timeouts. They will have to make a decision, though. There's a 3-second differential between play clock and game clock. Howard in the gun. Receives the snap. Looks left. Steps up into the pocket. Throws on the run. Has a man caught. Jennings 1st down inside the 20. Great look from Howard to Jennings down to the 18-yard line with a 13-yard gain. Moves it to the 7th play of the drive. And that will end the quarter. So we head into the 2nd. Still no score here in Russellville. Savage Storm football continues after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Shamrock Bank is an employee-owned company based in southeastern Oklahoma. We are a proud sponsor of Savage Storm Athletics. Many of our employee owners are alumni of Southeastern and know firsthand the opportunities higher education can bring. Our success is tied to the success of the communities we serve. Come see the difference employee ownership makes. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Steubenville Chevrolet in Durant is proud to support Savage Storm Athletics. And with the same pride, resilience, and strength as Savage Storm fans, Steubenville Chevrolet is proud to be Durant Chevy dealer. When you need a new car, truck, or SUV, the Steubenville team is ready to find your perfect tailgate vehicle. No need to leave town to find what you want. Stay local, buy your Chevrolet the Steubenville way, and go Savage Storm.
Well, this matchup continues to be a defensive struggle. There have been a whopping 6 points in the last 6 quarters between these two teams. Last year it was a 6-0 final. Go to 2023, neither team scored in the 4th of what was a 14-7 final. I wonder what the over-under was coming into today.
I don't think this one made it to Vegas, but
you need to call Brett Musburger. He might know. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. A 1st down after that 4th down conversion. Snap, slides past Howard. Picks it up on the run. Running for his life from the defensive end we mentioned, Israel Whitmore. And somehow eludes all that. Turns into a nominal loss there. As Howard, that ball just went scooting by him. It was a low snap. As again mentioned, center is Reagan Wade. He does have a hand problem gripping the football.
Yes.
That might have been the first instance we've seen it affect him tonight.
Yeah, definitely not the kind of snap he wants to have up into the quarterback's chest, and I assume it was a running play, which is why Howard tried to get what he could get. If he throws that away, he might have a lineman downfield or something.
The good thing is only a loss of 1. 5 wide here for Howard, brings Lockhart across in motion, throws it short. That pass batted down. The big defensive end, Tyler Mosley, a big 270-pounder, bats that one down. 3rd down and 11 here.
And that's going to make up 3rd and 11 here, and that's tough break because I think he had Nunez on the skinny post there. If he catches that and gets a little run after catch, you got an easy 3rd down, if not 1st down yardage. Unfortunately, that didn't occur. and you got to get at least some of it here.
Being where they are right now, I would think the field goal unit would be in play, but we'll see. 3rd and 11. Still have a snap to go to get to that decision. 3 receivers right with the tight end Simpson in the right slot. Howard receives a snap from the left hash. Fires, has Simpson, and threw it into 3 defenders. That pass was behind Simpson, and now they will send out the special teams unit. And here comes Dylan Cox, who had a rough week last week. 2 kicks blocked, had a blocked snap, had a missed extra point. And this is going to be a 36-yard attempt from the left hash, the high press box that doubles as a set of dorms here. Is shading where he is kicking from, but the offensive line is in the sun. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is on the way, plenty of leg. The execution is good, but the kick is not. It's wide left. And Southeastern comes away with no points. That's now 4 straight field goal attempts that have failed for Southeastern.
Well, you don't want to read too much into it, but I wonder if the if you don't have a little PTSD from last week with getting 2 of them blocked, that might have changed Cox's attention span there. But either way, he pulled that one left. He got plenty of leg, good end-over-end kick, just pulled it to the left.
Going into last week, Cox was 20 of 29. He doesn't get an attempt for the blocked snap, by the way. As here is a handoff play. The Tech Wonder Boys taking over at their own 20-yard line after that missed opportunity.
Well, you talked about the new coach at.
So 2nd down and 9 here. Long look to the near sidelines. 2 receivers left. Dawson sending a receiver. It's Crooms across for an end-around sweep coming to the near side. And that space quickly dissipates. Crooms still keeps his footing, and then a little extra after the fact. Joseph Jones might have gotten away with one. As remember last week, Jones was called for that unsportsmanlike.
Yes. He ran an awful long way and wanted to hit somebody, but you got to keep your composure, young man.
A gain there of 2. So here is 3rd and 7 facing Arkansas Tech. Just under 13 to play in the second quarter, still no score. 5 wide, Dawson receives a snap. Under pressure, flush to the short side of the field. Will now try to tuck and run. Ping pong off of 2 defenders and has a first down.
Well, he took a big shot right there, but he did get it.
Strong run by Dawson has the first down. 7-yard gain. So 2 receivers out right now as it's Brazil and Crooms lined out to that side. They'll hand off here up the middle. Not a lot going for Tracy Daniels.
Well, they continue to run that trap look up front, trying to pull some of those offensive linemen, create leverage and angles for the offensive line, but Southeastern doing a good job following the puller, knowing he'll take you to the ball and making the tackle.
Here's a snap back to Dawson on 2nd and 7. Throws on the run out into the right flat. Pass caught by Crooms, but well defended over there by Travion Butler. Butler, the redshirt sophomore, came into today with 14 tackles, including 2 forced fumbles and a fumble recovery. He has been a solid piece to this defense.
Boy, that's a great tackle in space on an athletic receiver, and he did a great job coming up and squaring his shoulders and just wrapping him up, not letting him get any extra yards. Big 3rd down here.
So Jackson now with 5 wide brings Daniels out of slot to his left. Pressure right up the middle. Winters in his face. Fires over the middle. Pass caught by Daniels. Is delivered a big blow there, but he's able to keep his footing, keep the football from Andrew Grissom, and it's another Tech first down.
Well, and there's the experience of a Jack Dawson, knowing if that middle linebacker's coming through the A gap, I just need to throw it to the spot he vacated.
So a first down pickup of 9, 7th play of the drive. Handoff, left side run, not a lot going to Tarian Johnson in on the stop. Matter of fact, it is he and Grissom that is holding up the running back, Tracy Daniels. So no gain on that play.
I'm sure they were exchanging addresses for Christmas cards there in that post-play conversation.
Drive began with 14:05 to play. Started at their own 20-yard line. They have advanced it out to the 44. As we slide under the 10-minute mark here in the first half, still no score. Tech's third possession of the game. 4 wide, 2 to each side. Dawson looking, now will run straight up the middle. Will not slide, will slip a tackle, gets out to the edge, now slides as Butler went down. That was kind of a late slide. They don't throw the flag. I'm kind of glad.
Kind of a veteran move there, as he knows he's not going to get around that tackler. He tries to slide late, but good job, I think, from the official not taking his flag out of his pocket there.
So third down now after that scramble play from Jack Dawson. Play picked up 6 yards, so it's 3rd and 6. 9th play of the drive. Dawson wants to pass. Rolls out across his body to the near side. Now tucks and run. Has a crease. Taken down by D'Angelo Shanks, but a first down run to the 45.
You know what? Credit to Torian Johnson, because he had the quarterback coming right there. He spun off of that tackle, and he could have absolutely lit him up. Chose not to, which is a better decision.
So at the 45-yard line here, and into plus territory, is Arkansas Tech. Snap from the left hash. Handoff run right up the middle. It's Bryson Rowland. Rowland initially hit by Joseph Jones, eventually finished off by Brandon Green. And it's a gain of 4, 2nd and 6 on the way.
Well, Tech continues to have these 3, 4, 5-yard gains on first down, which allows them to open up that playbook. We've seen a lot of different options from them.
So 2nd down and 6 here. 3 receivers right. Dawson had pressure off the edge from Datarian Johnson, forced to tuck it and run, finished off by Will Wallace after a gain of 1 to the 40-yard line.
And I tell you what, if Datarian Johnson isn't showing that pressure with the hands up, he's got a bunch of yards out there with 2 receivers and 1 defender. If they're able to get the 1 block and get that completed, that's potentially a big play.
Yeah, they're playing really soft coverage over there. Basically running with 5 DBs right now. You have Grissom, Butler, and Joseph Jones on the field. Also, your corners in McKnight and Cameron Fields. 3rd and 5. Line to gain is at the 35 of Southeastern. Dawson receives a snap, looks left, and just airmails it. He thought Jared Long was going long, and Long cut off his route, and that pass was 15 yards beyond where Long had set up. 4th down and 5. It appears as though they're going for it, though, here. Daniels comes out, the tailback to the right of Dawson. 4 wide, 2 to each side. Snap comes from between the hashes. Second time, Tech has looked as though they were going to go for it here.
Maybe a quick kick.
Yeah, Dawson slides back. Receives it, and it will be a pooch kick. This a nice one. No one back to return. Angled toward the sideline, but it may not be so great, as that one went off of the side of his foot, and they'll say it went out at the 20-yard line. There is a flag, however, down at the 30-yard line.
Late flag.
We'll see what the infraction is on. They're pointing toward Southeastern. There's another flag, actually. That's what the referee is pointing at. So you have 2 flags, 1 along the hash, 1 along the numbers.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 23. That team now penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. First down. Time out on the field for media.
Media timeout, so we'll step aside. Still no score here in Russellville. Southeastern will be starting deep in their own territory when we return after this. Savage Storm football on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Texoma Chevy dealers.
Cage the Elephant is back. You lift me up when I get down, right around, got me floating like a rainbow. Saturday, October 11th at the Choctaw Grand Theater. Cage the Elephant with special guest Hey Nothing. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Cage the Elephant, Choctaw Casino Resort Durant.
Welcome back, everyone. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson. The beautiful moon beginning to shine brightly high above here at Simmons Bank Field at Thone Stadium on the campus of Arkansas Tech, where live stats do not appear to be working, or at least not updating very quickly. 7:15 remains here, though, in this second quarter. Handoff. Donovan Shannon, his first carry of the game, and our key player rips off a gain of 6. Second down and 4 on the way.
Great job there. He kind of hesitated a little bit at the tackle level and then saw the crease out here to the edge and exploded through it. Just didn't quite get all the way through that corner, and still a nice gain on first down.
So we've seen Cobb, Lockhart, and now Donovan Shannon with carries in this game. Colton Howard out to quarterback this third possession. And back to Shannon. Shannon whittling along, meets a tackler at the line, spins forward, maybe a half yard on the pickup. The initial contact made by C.J. Palmer, the 6'1", 195-pound senior safety.
Wrigley Kennedy hobbling that play. We know he's been dealing with that foot problem, and he is limping on a big way. See if they don't get him a replacement in there.
So third down coming here as they ratchet up the Motley Crew at Thone Stadium. Back when Rob and Bob both had hair.
Nice.
3rd and 3. Line to gain is the 20. Snap back to Howard. Handoff. It's Shannon. Makes a cut over the 25-foot race on 35-40. Out to midfield into Wonder Boy territory. Tackle from behind. Donovan Shannon with the first explosive play of the game. It's a huge gain all the way down to the Wonder Boy 35-yard line, and it's a 48-yard run.
Kennedy off the field, a new left tackle in there.
48-yard run there for Donovan Shannon, and for Shannon, that is ties his longest run, or actually it is his longest run of his career. His previous longs 43 and 42. And boy, that's a game changer.
Well, you had the left tackle that was hobbling, and I was concerned that Arkansas Tech would see that. Didn't matter.
Now whistles will blow this play dead, perhaps a timeout.
Southeastern, their first of the half.
And they do take this timeout. Maybe to get Donovan Shannon a breather there. Coach Atterbury was coming out to agree. And we'll take this opportunity to remind you about Durant Lumber. They are your local True Value hardware and lumber dealer. And they are where you could win a free Traeger tailgater grill. Swing by Durant Lumber during regular business hours now through the first week of November. You can sign up there in person. You can sign up on home dates at Southeastern, including next Thursday night. Miss Carolyn Kane will be down in Tailgate Alley. She'll be taking those registrations from 3:30 until 5:30, and you can sign up at the gate. Or there's another way. You can go to the Mix 96.1 Facebook page, find the Facebook post with the Traeger Grill and Durant Lumber, and you can fill out a short survey, sign up there, and you will be entered to win 4 tickets to the ECU game and that Traeger Tailgater Grill that, by the way, that thing's pricey. That's a $500 grill. I might need to load the box and win it myself.
What was the fake name? Use my fake name to get into that drawing somehow.
At the 35-yard line, now in at quarterback is LeVay Duncan. Shannon remains in the game. Duncan fakes a pass, elects to run, picks up 1, maybe 2. They have him down to the 33-yard line on that game. Fifth play of the drive.
Didn't get him on the ground. That kid, he is big and he is strong and he is tough.
Second down and 9.
So they mark it back, only a gain of 1. Now they move the football again. The officials fighting over where the ball should be. Call it a gain of 1.5 yards.
Well, I'm glad paper beats rock and we get the extra yards there.
3 receivers right, 2 to the left for quarterback LeVay Duncan. Now Shannon. And it's a little shovel pass to Shannon, trying to stretch it out to the edge. Does, and then is crunched down after a gain of 2 to the 32-yard line. A lot going there. Again, Southeastern has appeared to be more efficient when they get to going north-south.
Absolutely.
The lateral stuff just hasn't been there for them so far this season.
And I like the idea trying to stretch them horizontally there to create some gaps.
By the way, to point out some changes on the offensive line, Jacob Nunez in at left tackle for Wrigley Kennedy, while Shaq Mapinda, he is your right tackle. Of course, Smallwood in at right guard. He's been there the last couple of games. Duncan on 3rd and long. Receives a snap, looking to pass, tosses it out left side. Jonathan Cobb makes a cut, lowers his shoulder, and does he make it to the first down?
I think so.
He is right there. It will depend where they move the football. We've seen them argue about that already, and they have it setting about a nose of a football short of a first down. Wow.
Well, obviously at this point now, here comes your jumbo package with your running back, Detorian Johnson, and Prince Dway. So there is nothing but...
and Dylan Seabach is in as a blocker, as is Josh Johnson.
If that doesn't create movement, I don't know what will.
And they're heavy to the left side of the line here. And now Southeastern will burn a timeout. And Coach Fletcher, I don't know what Coach Fletcher is upset about, but Coach Fletcher, big former Howell football coach, he came off the sideline just raving mad there about something.
I think he's upset at the spot. I think he thought Donovan Shannon landed on the 25-yard line, and I frankly understand his frustration. I mean Cobb, forgive me.
What's coming up, we got the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show. To find and share stories of how together we are more, be sure to visit ChoctawNation.com. Well, we haven't had a Texoma Chevy dealer scoring drive recap yet, so we'll throw one in for them. It is Chevy Truck Month, by the way. Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to see why Chevy is America's most dependable lineup of trucks. Chevrolet, together, let's drive, something that neither team is. Well, let me take that back. Both teams have drove.
Yes.
Neither team has scored. Both teams.
A lot of action between the 20s.
Yes.
Or 25s, maybe.
It's kind of like a hockey match right now.
Right.
We're getting around the goal, but no one's getting into the goal.
Right about now, it's like soccer. Nothing to nothing. That's about what you expect from soccer. But you know what? Southeastern, big play right here. Get this first down, keep this drive going, and finish it with 6.
Tech inserting a big body into their defensive front. They got in Derek Wilson Jr., a 6'1", 345-pounder. And he is in at the center of that defensive line for this heavy package set. Detorian Johnson, he is the Wildcat back on this 4th and inches. Takes the snap, jolts ahead. He's got a first down.
Yes.
That one picking up 1.5 yards into the 24. Chains will move on the 7th play of the drive. 8th play coming up here.
I saw that far side line judge. He got a hurt Wonder Boy. Oh, no, he's getting up. Never mind.
Cheerleaders are into it, but the crowd kind of out of it right now. Hasn't been a lot. Well, I say that. If you like defense, there have been some big defensive plays. Sure. Southeastern has forced Tech into a couple of turnover on downs. Southeastern had a scoring opportunity but missed a field goal. Howard to pass on 1st and 10 at the Wonder Boy 24. Now forced to scramble. Scrambles out over the 20, makes a cut to the 15, and then it's just hammered down. A big-time open field stop made by Arkansas Tech's Cameron Holmes, and Holmes making that tackle. And it takes us to the 2-minute timeout with 1:59 to go. We'll step aside. Still no score in Russellville. Savage Storm football continues after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Sparlin Realty is dedicated to achieving your goals and will always do what's in your best interest. For residential and commercial properties, farm, ranch, and land purchases, you'll feel good about your choice of Sparlin Realty.
At Sparlin Realty, there's nothing more gratifying than achieving your goals and earning your trust along the way.
Whether you're selling your property or buying your dream home, it would be our privilege to assist you. Please call us today at 580-745-1055
or SparlinRealty.com.
Touchdown flavors begin at Green Spray Food Center. Whether you're grilling ribs, saucing up wings, or flipping the juiciest burgers, we've got your game day covered. Stock up on fresh meats, bold seasonings, and all your tailgate favorites. So before the big game, swing by Green Spray Food Center, North 1st Street in Durant. And always be ready for game day by checking out this week's deals at greensprayfoods.com. Durant's only locally owned grocer, Green Spray Food Center, fueling Southeastern fans for over 70 years.
Welcome back, everyone. Simmons Bank Field at Thone Stadium on the campus of Arkansas Tech. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson. Bob Sullins, our in-studio producer. And the good news for Bob is, unlike Washita, you don't have a lot of highlights to choose from, but you can't drop the ball in this halftime show. 2nd down and a yard.
Well, let's see if we can't provide him one right here. How about that?
Howard in the gun. And he has Donovan Shannon to his left. Storm in the white road jerseys as Howard awaits the snap, claps his hand, a low snap. He'll hand to Shannon, trying to stretch it out near side edge. Makes a cut, 15, 1st down, and inside the 10. A diving effort by Donovan Shannon. And he's able to pick up another Southeastern 1st down.
I can't believe they're marking him at the 10-yard line.
For Southeastern.
But they
and
are.
That sounded very facetious on the part of Rob Johnson.
But they are.
1:37 to go here. Again, as I mentioned, the two teams here have combined for 27 points now over the last almost 10 quarters. Howard claps his hands, receives the snap, looks right, now over the middle, has a man. Simpson caught inside the 5. Big time hit over the middle by Jaron Stewart. Stewart with a great tackle, but it does set up Southeastern inside the 5, down to the 4 with a gain of 6.
Big play right here. Clock running under a minute. You got plenty of time. You still got a timeout in your pocket. Playbook completely open for you, and you want to finish this one in the end zone.
Howard claps his hands, receives the snap, looks, has a wide open man. Taylor makes a cut and is then taken down. He made a cut. It was a great open field tackle, though, by Tariq Taiwo. So Taiwo making the tackle, and it brings up 3rd down, a lost play of 1. 3rd and goal from the 5. Southeastern this season, 71% in the red zone. Howard receives a snap. Holding flag comes in. Howard throws it out of the back of the end zone. And you would think that Coach Thompson would likely decline this, or do you back him up? It'd be 3rd and goal from the 15. We've seen Southeastern miss a field goal from that range.
Still, and 10 seconds left on the clock, too, so that's a factor. I mean, you got to believe Coach Atterbury probably doesn't. He's going to move him back. I don't blame him because you really don't have time for another play.
Holding, offense number 77. That's a 10-yard penalty.
So the holding penalty goes on Damian Smallwood. So they do elect to take the penalty. Interesting, though, because now you give Southeastern a lot of space. And you've got a big X factor over here in the 6'7" Kobe Jennings. Howard and Jennings hooked up, of course, last week several times. Jennings going against Tyreek Jones, the returning starter. Howard looks that way, fires, back of the end zone. Jennings goes for it, makes the grab. Touchdown, Southeastern.
That is
Jennings beat Jones to the spot, and he brings it in for a highlight reel catch.
And 4 seconds left in the half. What a great job. When you've seen the arm strength from Duncan, there you saw it from Howard. He escapes out to his left. That's away from his throwing hand, gets his feet set, and lets that one go, and it gets in there. Jennings makes a play for him in the end zone.
Cox on to kick a very important extra point here. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is on the way, and that one is good. 4 seconds remaining here in the first half, and Southeastern has a 7-0 lead. We'll go ahead and leave it right here. Southeastern putting together their longest scoring drive of the season. What ends up being a 12-play, 90-yard drive that uses up 7 minutes and 48 seconds of clock. That's fast math for you, Rob Johnson, because I know the live stats aren't working. It is capped off by a 15-yard touchdown connection from Colton Howard to Kobe Jennings. Those two connect for consecutive weeks, and that, my friends, is your first Texoma Chevy Dealer scoring drive recap of the night. It is Chevy Truck Month, and it's the best time to check out the rugged, capable, powerful, and uncompromising Chevy truck lineup. Visit your local Texoma Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Take this opportunity to remind you today's game on the Southeastern Sports Network, broadcasted on KYHD Valiant, KZIG Colgate, KHKC Atoka, KICM Ardmore, and KZRC Bennington Durant. Your U.S. Cellular kickoff moving left to right, fielded at the 16-yard line, shot out of a cannon, still on his feet is the very nimble Sermons, and makes it all the way out near midfield, but time expires on the quarter. We'll take our final break of the first half. We'll bring it back here. Then we'll segue into the halftime show. 7-0, Southeastern in front on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Around here, people still believe in the golden rule. Treat others like you want to be treated. So, when the out-of-town satellite companies cancel your favorite shows, maybe they just don't know any better. Cherokee Communications was born and raised here, and they've got the shows the big guys want to cut, like news, sports, and kids shows. Who knows? Maybe the golden rule is more important than the bottom line. Cherokee Communications. Long live local.
Hey Durant, your fridge called. It's embarrassed. No wine, no beer, and definitely no style. Fix that fast at the Wine Cellar Liquor Store on Radio Road. We've got top-notch wines, a crazy good craft beer selection, and a beer cave so cold it gives your ex the chills. Whether you're sipping classy or shotgunning casual, we've got your back. The Wine Cellar Liquor Store, Radio Road, Durant. Drink better, celebrate more. The Wine Cellar always encourages you to drink responsibly.
Welcome back, everyone. 7-0 our score here at the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show, or at least heading into it. It has been a defensive effort, but Southeastern there finally finding their way into the end zone. It was Howard to Jennings for Jennings, his third touchdown reception of the season, and that is touchdown catches in consecutive weeks. And you and I were talking about this off air, back-to-back weeks that Southeastern has put up points with under 30 seconds to go until half.
Yeah, you talk about that quote middle eight. You want to win the last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half, and how many times does that dictate who ends up winning the football game? This is 2 weeks in a row that the last 4 minutes of the first half have gone Southeastern's way. This week it goes that way to the tune of a 7-0 lead with 4 seconds left in the first half, and a reminder that Southeastern will get the opening kickoff of the second half with an opportunity to win the first 4 on the other side of this break.
Of course, Southeastern taking that 7-0 lead, a very long drive. They cover 90 yards. They use up the final basically 7.5 minutes of game clock in the quarter, and then are able to stave off Mr. Sermons from making a late house call on a kickoff. Nonetheless, it is a 7-0 lead for Southeastern here in Russellville. We now move it to the Mix 96.1 studios after the break. Bob Sullins at the Southeastern Sports Network will take you through the GAC, all the games completed earlier today. A couple of surprises and some surprises in Division I college football. How about them Longhorns? Or maybe not. 7-0 our score here at the halftime break. Southeastern in front. This is Savage Storm football, the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma on the Southeastern Sports Network.
When I share my story, it's about more than solving the mysteries of our solar system. I represent the curious spirit of the nation, the Choctaw Nation. I am our past. I am our present. I am our future. I am all of us. When we share, we become one because our stories make us more. Stories keep our culture alive. See them and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it making more money. Spend it making more memories. Spend it learning a new skill. Spend it teaching an old trick. Spend it career climbing. Spend it mountain climbing. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Shelburne Heating and Air is the choice for all your residential and commercial needs. Service and installation on brands you know and trust. Carrier, Trane, Luxair, Mitsubishi, and American Standard. Shelburne Heating and Air specializes in optimizing the performance of your heating and cooling system. Here to help you improve your indoor comfort. Shelburne Heating and Air, your locally owned heating and air experts. For contact info, visit shelburneheatair.com.
What's your something?
My something is getting my very first apartment.
My something is staying on the cutting edge of the tech industry.
My something is to make a difference.
What's your something?
My something? Making every plate a work of art. There's something for you here.
Find your something at careers.choctawnation.com.
Find your something by applying today at careers.choctawnation.com.
Okay, here we go with the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show. Yeah. Savage Storm got a late score. They lead at 7-0 on the road at Arkansas Tech this evening. So I hope you're having a good weekend. The weather was nice today. It's nice out in Russellville as well. So we'll go over the scores first of all. And I do have to apologize because the stats coming from Arkansas Tech are like way behind for some reason. And I know Jay's mentioned that, but we'll try to get you updated. They've been updating slowly, but it's still, they're not updated to the end of the first half. Beating Arkansas Tech at intermission 7-0.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Blue River Valley Winery is the place to be, with breathtaking views, amazing food, and unforgettable wine. It's the perfect escape, whether you're planning a wedding, a family gathering, or just a peaceful afternoon. We've got something special for you. Come visit us at Blue River Valley Winery, located on Sawmill Road in Caddo. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Blue River Valley Winery.
Craving bold flavors and good vibes? Come on down to El Caporal Mexican Restaurant and Bar, your local fiesta headquarters. Sizzle your taste buds with Tex-Mex favorites, fresh seafood dishes, and don't forget their legendary top-shelf margaritas. Shaken, stirred, and always served with a smile. Whether it's date night, family night, or Margarita Monday, El Caporal is the place to be. El Caporal, where every night feels like a fiesta. Visit today. Taste the tradition, stay for the fun.
My name is Piper James, and I am a patient coordinator at Westside Family Dentistry. Being able to help patients achieve their goals from my side, just being able to see people leave with a better smile and happy with the experience they have at our office.
From preventative dental care to comprehensive reconstruction, they are committed to providing dental excellence while improving your oral and overall health. Westside Family Dentistry, 2915 Westside Drive in Durant, and westsidefamilydentistry.com.
The Pick 6 meal for two is back at Buffalo Wild Wings of Sherman. Choose 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 fountain drinks for just $19.99. Dine in only. Some restrictions apply. Pick 6 meal for two, perfect for all the games or just hanging out. All with 1 giant screen and 45 50-plus-inch TVs, so you never miss the game. Open 11 to midnight Sunday through Wednesday and 11 to 1 Thursday through Saturday. The $19.99 Pick 6 meal for two, only at Buffalo Wild Wings inside the Sherman Town Center.
It is the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show. Bob Sullins with you here back at the studio. We'll head back to Jay in a little bit. But a quick recap of how this game went as we'll look at the highlights. It was a defensive struggle early on the game. Early in the second period, it was no score. Tech went on a pretty good drive. They got a 4th down play, and they threw an incomplete pass. And the Savage Storm defense held. They took over at their own 20-yard line, but then they got a penalty, I believe it was. So with 7:15 to go in the first half, it was still 0-0. Southeastern went on this long drive. It ended up being 12 plays, and it basically used the entire time remaining, 7 minutes and 15 seconds, because they've
Welcome back with no bumper music, and we're here at.
This is fun.
It's a tough night for Bob back
fun.
at the worldwide headquarters. We do have a couple of quick stats to pass along to you. We're just going to do total stats. First half, Southeastern 29 plays for 178 total yards of offense, 83 of those on the ground on 13 carries. Passing game has been highly efficient, 12 of 16 through the air for 95. Arkansas Tech, 29 plays for 102 yards. Other couple of big stats in that first half. Arkansas Tech, 5 of 8 on third downs, but 0 for 2 on fourth downs, and they are still a little bit off on the on some of these numbers right now. They had to play catch up. Fourth down, though, on the other hand, going Southeastern's way, 2 of 2 on fourth down conversions. Now, real quick, the big stat: 7-0 Southeastern, and that takes us back to our storm forecast brought to you by the Wine Cellar, and let's revisit those keys on the offense and defensive side of the ball, Rob.
Well, the key on offense was third down conversions. 3 of 7 isn't great, but when you factor in the 2 of 2 on fourth down, that's 5 of 7 to keep drives going, and they were doing it obviously with manageable third downs because they felt confident enough to go for it on fourth. So staying ahead of the chains, not avoiding the negative play, certainly a checkpoint to this point in the football game, and hopefully they can keep that going in the second. Defensively, we talked about playing 60 minutes and winning the fourth quarter, so we'll have to give that one an incomplete until we see how this half finishes out. But so far, so good from a standpoint of the keys.
Well, and of course, you bring that up. Donovan Shannon, big first half, he had 4 carries for 60 yards. Remember, the one other run wasn't a run, it was a pass reception that he had because it was a shovel pass. Of course, we get set for the start of the second half. That brought to you by the Wine Cellar, where from ice cold game day beer to craft brews that will impress your snobbiest of buddies and premium spirits smoother than a quarterback spiral, we've got your victory celebration in a bottle at the Wine Cellar, Radio Road, Durant. Drink better, celebrate more, celebrate responsibly. Second half around the corner after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
We recently hung out at Taco Casa to find out how Casa fans eat their casa.
Bean burrito and Friolis. I just ground it in taco sauce, and then that's it.
Taco light and a taco burger and a Diet Coke. I don't put no sauce. Sour cream, jalapeno peppers.
Taco lights are my favorite. I put everything, but I don't use any hot sauce. I like it just plain. Also like lots of sour cream on mine.
Eat your casa your way at Taco Casa, 1st Street in Durant and southbound 75 in Calera.
Arnett Insurance is proudly celebrating 60 years of serving Durant and the Texoma area. That's 3 generations of family ownership looking out for your insurance needs. Rates for home, life, auto, and commercial that fit your lifestyle and budget. At Arnett Insurance, you'll find 10 licensed agents with over 270 years of experience. Locally based agents that work with a variety of insurance companies give you the best options available. Located at 1116 West Main in Durant, it's Arnett Insurance and ArnettInsurance.com.
Shamrock Bank is an employee-owned company based in southeastern Oklahoma. We are a proud sponsor of Savage Storm Athletics. Many of our employee owners are alumni of Southeastern and know firsthand the opportunities higher education can bring. Our success is tied to the success of the communities we serve. Come see the difference employee ownership makes. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Dive into the new Ultimate Trio at your neighborhood Applebee's of Ardmore, where every combo is a winning play. Pick, mix, and score for just $14.99. Who will you draft? Will it be chicken quesadillas with chipotle lime salsa, or boneless wings with house-made ranch or blue cheese? With 10 apps and 10 dips to combine, any combination could be the winning play. The Ultimate Trio, only at your neighborhood Applebee's of Ardmore, 2680 West Broadway. Open till midnight Sunday through Thursday and open till 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays.
Wrapping up the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show. To see and share stories, visit and find out how together we're more, visit ChoctawNation.com. And also, don't forget, going on tonight, Choctaw Casino Resorts Durant. It is round 1 of Halloween weekend, Saturdays in October. Win your share of $1 million. Right now, they've got $10,000 cash drawings going on till 11 o'clock. A big $100,000 cash drawing at 1 a.m. Visit the Rewards Club for more info on how you could win during Halloween. Right now, it is time for the start of the second half. Defensive effort in the first half leaves Southeastern with a 7-0 lead. And your U.S. Cellular kickoff will be a south to north, right to left kick. And it comes from the Wonder Boys. It is fielded by Williams at the 5. They'll hand off. Lockhart getting around to the left edge. Makes a cut 15, 20, still on his feet, 25, 30. And all the way up the left sidelines, finally taken out into the Southeastern bench at around the 36. So a little trickery to start the second half on the kick return. They had Williams kind of drifting here to the wide side of the field, gave it to Lockhart on the short side. And we've seen what he can do this season. That's a nice return for Lockhart of 31 yards. And Southeastern has it at the 35, leading 7-0 to begin the second half.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can tell that kid can go. I mean, once he gets the edge and starts down that sideline, you better change your angles, boys, or you're going to be chasing.
So Southeastern begins this drive at their own 35, leading 7-0. Can they get a twofer here? Howard still at quarterback, receives a snap, handoff right up the middle. Not a lot going there for the tailback, Jonathan Cobb, maybe a yard and a half.
Yeah, just a little bit over a yard there for Cobb, just unable to get a lot of traction between the tackles.
Ball spotted at the 36-yard line.
So 2nd down and 8 as Howard in the gun has the tight end Simpson lined up over the left tackle, receives a snap. And a zone read play for Howard, taken down from behind. Nice open field stop by Jaron Stewart. Stewart on the stop, and it's a lost play back to the 36.
Well, we talked about avoiding the negative plays right there at zone read, and Tech just played it about as picture perfectly as you can. Going to bring up a 3rd and long, and we talked about converting these. Got to make one happen every once in a while.
So Howard has the play. The receivers line it up. Southeastern doesn't want to begin with a quick 3 and out. They've got 3 receivers with a tight end Simpson to the left side of the field. Howard will take the snap between the hashes. 3-step drop. Looking, now rolling out to his left, directing traffic. Looks to throw, now tucks and runs. Has a 1st down scramble if he gets the spot.
I don't think
and they're going to, it looks like. He had forward progress to the 45.
Yep.
They move the sticks.
Wow. I will say this, I think that's a fortuitous spot. I think he's about a half a yard short of that sucker, but you know what? These guys might owe us one. I don't know.
I think they do from a couple of years ago, but I'm just saying.
I'm not sure who these guys are. I don't know, but yeah.
So 1st down at the 45-yard line. Another 3rd down conversion for Southeastern. We're able to keep it alive in the first half by way of 4th down conversions. 3 wide, 1 to the right. Back to the ground game. Jonathan Cobb wiggling up the middle. He is lifted and then dropped. Had a big defensive lineman land on top of the guy that was trying to bring him down. That guy was Israel Whitmore, who has said his name a couple of times. We pointed him out as one of the key players. He's yet to get to the quarterback, but, man, he has a couple of hurries in this game. 2nd down and 9 after the gain of 1 from Jonathan Cobb Jr.
He's definitely that new-look defensive end, if you will. Not quite as thick as they have been in the past, but he is all over the field.
3 receivers right. The Simpson tight end in the right slot. Nunez, the lone receiver, left, short side of the field. Howard receives a snap, looks Nunez's way, pumps once, now eludes a sack, rolls to his right, looking, now tucks and runs across midfield, hit out of bounds, takes a tumble into the Wonder Boy bench. It was a big-time hit coming to the near side by Sam, I'm tired of those snakes, Jackson.
That is so funny. That movie. I think you're one of about 7 people that saw that movie, but I know what you're talking about.
Everybody knows the line, and yes, I have seen the movie. It was a late night on HBO, and it was probably after a Southeastern broadcast in which I couldn't sleep. 1st down and 10 in Wonder Boy territory at the 45. Corona in at the left slot with a receiver Nunez out to his left. Howard receives a snap, looks right, and has wide open running room, a little shoulder shimmy, and breaks another 5 yards on the Wonder Boys. From the 45-yard line all the way down to the 29. A nice scamper there for Howard, a gain of 16. Seventh play of the drive, and after converting on that third down, a little momentum here for the guys wearing the white hats.
Well, quick math, was that a 19-yard run and 2 10-yard runs, he's got 39 yards rushing on 3 play-action passes that he took off and used his legs.
You're over a financial firm, and that's a 16-yard gain, by the way.
Oh, I thought you said 19.
There you go. Anyway, at the 29, I did mention a 9. There are 2 receivers left and one to the right in Jennings. Howard receives the snap, looking short, has a man caught, Corona, and kind of an extended handoff slant play there to Gabe Corona. Has his first reception of the night. It is a 4-yard pickup, right down, or maybe a 3-yard pickup to the 26. Clock moving here. Southeastern had the first possession of this half. They started at the 35-yard line after a little trickery on the kick return. Lockhart with a 30-plus yard return, setting him up out there. And since then, after converting on third down, they've made their way to the Wonder Boy 26. Second down and 7. 10-20 to go here in the third quarter. Howard receives the snap. Handoff Cobb. Runs right up the gut. Muscles his way over to the 25. A hard-earned couple of yards to the 24-yard line. Third down here on the 9th play of the drive.
Well, that's Cobb just saying, I'm going to get what I can get. Didn't get a very good spot there, as it's all the way up just barely over the 25, but brings up a 3rd and 5 and just did a good job getting what he could there.
So 3rd and 5. Need to penetrate the 19 for a first down. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Corona, your slot receiver, to that right side. Howard will hand off Cobb. Big running room. Makes a run over the 20. That hole was developed by Damian Smallwood, who got 3 yards up the field, and he laid out a linebacker, and Cobb just fell right in behind him.
Well, you talk about scenarios where as a defense you want to follow the guy that's pulling across the formation. They brought the tight end across to the right, which influenced those defensive linemen, able to run that counter back to the left and get the first down.
So 2 third down conversions now on this drive. The most recent has them in the red zone at the Tech 19. Snap from the left hash. Howard back to Cobb in the ground game, working up the left seam and fights his way somehow down to the 16-yard line. He was initially hit about a yard into the run, and now they mark him at the 17. We've seen that a lot tonight, but back to the 17, gain of 2. 11th play of the drive here.
Boy, 11th play of the drive and coming up on nearly 7 minutes onto this drive. A great drive to start this second half.
It's kind of the way they finished the first half. They had a 7.5-minute drive that ended in 7. Here is Howard in the gun on 2nd and 8. Handoff, Donovan Shannon right up the middle over the 15 and stumbled up at the 12. He's short of a first down, but a nice run by Donovan Shannon. Continues to run strong, and he's got a lot of, as we heard earlier today, a lot of yak yards. That one, he was touched in the backfield, and he still sprung forward down to the 13-yard line, gain of 4 on the play. 12th play of the drive, and it's 3rd down and 3. Howard in the gun. Has Shannon to his right. Now a long look to the sidelines. 3 receiver set with a tight end Simpson lined up over the right side of the line over Rapinda, the right tackle. Play clock down to 3. Howard receives a snap. Give to Shannon. Runs up the middle. He is rejected there. No gain on the play. And the decision to be had here for Southeastern.
Well, that call tells me they had 4 downs in mind when they made the call. And then, of course, not, because here comes your field goal kicker. And I like the idea of trying to go up 2 scores. And you know what? Dylan Cox needs some confidence right now. Might be one of those plays where it's a good one to let him hit it. See one go through the basket, as they say, in this case, the uprights.
They won't have to deal with a hash. This ball is near the left hash, but it's between the hashes. Officially a 29-yard attempt. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is on the way, drifting left, but it hangs inside the left upright. And it is good. 10-0 Southeastern in front. They chew up a ton of clock. 6:58 remains here in the third. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Durant Lumber Company, your only locally home-owned lumber and true value hardware store at 115 South 3rd Street, has been a supporter of our community's local schools and athletes for over 100 years. You know Durant Lumber for all of their high-quality building materials. Now, get to know Durant Lumber for all of your game day needs with Traeger grills, wood pellets, outdoor furniture, and more. Durant Lumber in the heart of downtown Durant. Quality products, competitive prices. Durant Lumber Company. Behind every project is a true value.
Here's one customer story with Cherokee TV.
We had the tornado here in Colbert, and we never lost service. A lot of the people who have Dish or DirecTV, they were actually blind and did not know where the tornado was at and what was going on because they didn't have TV service. We never even had a fade out with Cherokee, so we were able to see the storm coming, but also be able to listen to the local TV channels and know what was going on. Cherokee television service is a lifesaver.
TV from Cherokee Communications. Long live local.
Welcome back, everyone. Simmons Bank Field, Zone Stadium on the campus of Arkansas Tech. Here's Rob Johnson with a Texoma Chevy dealer scoring drive recap.
13 plays, 53 yards, 7 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock, and Cox finishes it off with a 29-yard field goal. But let me give you this real quick. Last two drives, 25 plays, 15 minutes of possession, 15 minutes and 2 seconds of possession, and 10 points. Talk about winning the middle 8. How about the middle 15?
And time-wise, I'll one-up you. The last two scoring drives for Southeastern have been the second and third longest scoring drives of the season. The longest, an 8-minute and 51-second drive that took place on the road against Ouachita Baptist. 10-0 our score. That is your Chevy dealer scoring drive recap. Here is your end-over-end U.S. Cellular procedure penalty kickoff as it sells out at about the 7-yard line. Of course, it is Chevy Truck Month. Be sure to get to your local Texoma Chevy dealers to find the Chevy Silverado that is right for you. It is a great time to discover Chevy trucks, rugged, powerful, and dependable. Together, let's drive. And don't forget U.S. Cellular. Right now, you can enter in the 10K Life in Us Mode sweepstakes for your chance to win $10,000. Visit giveaway.uscellular.com and switch to Us Mode and reconnect today. After the procedure penalty, Tech will have it at their own 35-yard line. They come out in the green tops and the yellow gold pants. They ran multiple formations in that first half. Let's see if they tone it down a bit. Handoff, right side run, and this to Miles West, the junior tailback, his first carry of the evening, and it's a 5-yard gain. So you see him with a set of fresh legs getting out there, and it was a simple right tackle run. And he's able to pick up 5 on the play.
They literally haven't touched the ball in over a quarter of game time, so they should be fresh.
Two receivers right now moving in motion out to that right side is the quarterback, Jack Dawson. They snap it back to Miles West. Wildcat look, and he picks up a couple off right tackle again. It's going to bring up third down and short here. Southeastern making the play over there on the far side. I think Geddes got in on that one. Yes. Also getting in was Josh Johnson.
And Will Wallace over there. So a lot of guys meeting at the point of attack and doing what they can to keep this drive shortened.
Only a gain of 2. So here is third down and 3. Wonder Boys in this game. 5 of 8 on third downs. Dawson to pass, finds his man in the slot. Pass is caught by Sermons. So Sermons coming over the middle, and he makes the grab.
You know what? That ball was behind him. Sermons turns around to get that ball, and that's a big catch to keep the drive going. And Southeastern needs to bow their neck here defensively.
Little 5-yard gain, only needed 3. First down and 10, short of the midfield stripe. Moving right to left, south to north, Dawson in the gun. His tailback from the slot, West in motion across the formation. And Dawson in trouble, almost sacked. Throws on the run, has an open man downfield. Somehow getting loose back there was Gavin Waits, the big H-back. I think everybody saw Dawson, thought he was going to tuck and run. The fender came up. Seabach just missed out on his first sack of the season. And the end result is a big gain of 22 and another first down.
Going with some tempo here.
First and 10 at the Southeastern 30-yard line. They again go with this wildcat look. It's a snap to West. He'll run right, short side of the field. Breaks a tackle and escapes out of the bounds after a gain of 10. There is a flag, though, and that's right in the vicinity of a hold.
Well, they did get that edge secured. Looks like they did it illegally.
Offense number 83.
Yep.
That's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
That's going to put them behind the chains. Defensively, you want to take advantage of this opportunity.
So Waite, who had the big catch a moment ago, the gain that got the Wonder Boys down to the 30-yard line with that 22-yard pickup, he commits the infraction. And now big Alex Robinson goes rushing off the field. He was coming in for a rundown. It changed to a passing down, 1st and 20. As Dawson looking to pass here all day. One-on-one down the left side. Has a man, and the pass is broken up, but a clear flag there. Cole McKnight just completely lost it. Lost his man. Lost the ball. He stopped the touchdown from occurring.
Yeah.
As Scout Brazil was the intended target. He went jumping into him, and that's going to result in an automatic first down for Arkansas Tech.
Well, that's the part that hurts the most, but the part that you don't mind is the fact that Cole McKnight used his makeup speed there and got back into the play, went ahead and took the penalty as opposed to letting the receiver stop and come back for the ball, make some kind of crazy catch. Just go hit him right in the chest, take your flag, and learn from it. And but it does give the Wonder Boys a first down close to the red zone, not quite yet.
So they lost 10 off the hole, but they pick up 15 and a first down now to the Southeastern 25-yard line. Still that wildcat look. This time it's dotted by Tracy Daniels. The tailback takes the snap, runs into a pile, and he is spun down viciously there. The tackle made by Brandon Green. We've said Green's name a couple of times tonight. Also in on that stop was Will Billings.
And just did a great job of not only filling the hole, but doing it right square so that running back's not able to spin and fall forward.
Finally get to the 6th play of this drive after a couple of snaps that involved a penalty. That's our first live play in 3 snaps, by the way. The clock is already inched under 4 to play here in the 3rd. 2nd down and 9 after that gain of 1. Dawson in the gun, his team trailing by 10. Dawson, 3-step drop, dumps it over the middle, tip, drip, and it's an interception. It's picked off. It's Cameron Fields up the right sideline, blocker in front, one man to beat, and he's turned up there at the 35-yard line. Cameron Fields for a 2nd straight week. Southeastern has a tip drill interception. There's a flag back in minus territory. That's likely going to negate what was a heck of a return for Cameron Fields, who had a pick 6 eliminated last week because of a blocking infraction. Nonetheless, there's a shaken up Wonder Boy down. We'll go ahead and step aside with 3:31 to go. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Choctaw culture is our everyday life. It has stood the test of time, carried from generation to generation, by elders teaching their communities traditional stories, by parents teaching their children the social dances, and by children teaching us all to be curious about the world. Where will your curiosity take you? Visit ChoctawCulturalCenter.com to plan your visit today.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Texoma Chevy dealers.
Welcome back, everyone. Simmons Bank Field here at Thone Stadium. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson, and back in the studio, Bob, dude, where's my car? Sullins. It is a 10-0 lead. The interception, Cameron Fields, it will stand, but you had the call. You saw it in front. It ends up being a blindside block. You thought it could have been a targeting, as down on the field, shaken up right now still is Jordan Scott.
Yeah, I'm glad he's okay. He's trying to hobble his way off to the sidelines. It looks like he's going to be all right, hopefully. But Donovan Shanks, a clear blindside block.
D'Angelo Shanks?
D'Angelo Shanks. What did I say?
Donovan.
Unbelievable. It's just that kind of day.
I've got Rob and Bob messing me up here.
You.
This is
Bottom
what I
line
work
is D'Angelo Shanks did launch into that defender. It was a blindside block, and frankly, he's fortunate that's not being reviewed for a targeting.
Southeastern Oklahoma. Ball spotted.
I guarantee you Herb Street don't have to deal with this. Southeastern takes over, leading by 10 to nothing, 3:31 to go. And it's LeVay Duncan with a quick out left side into the hands of Lockhart. Jets are on. And an ankle tackle made on the far side after a gain of 7.
Well, the defender is trying to get out there. It's a sophomore, Diego Sanchez. He takes an angle on Lockhart, and it's not even close. Lockhart hits the gas, and he's around him for a 6 or 7 yard gain, and Shanks never touched him.
So a 6-yard pickup moves it to 2nd down and 4. Duncan in at quarterback. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. And Lockhart the tailback. Duncan will keep on his own, gets a block from Lockhart, makes a cut, and has a first down scamper, a gain of 7, and a Southeastern first down short of midfield at the 45-yard line. Down goes LeVay Duncan.
Great job there, getting out to the edge, makes a move on a guy, gets straight upfield, gets first down yardage. If the last 2 possessions are anything, the Wonder Boys are going to get this back in about 7 minutes, down 3 scores, so I wouldn't mind that at all.
The way they've been running the ball, this has been a dominating time of possession game thus far. In at receiver for Southeastern, Caden Carter. He's lined up over on the near side. As Duncan in the gun, snap from the right hash on 1st and 10 from his own 45. High snap, brings it down, runs behind the blocker, makes his way out short of midfield to the 49 where he is stopped. In on the tackle was Jonah Brown, a redshirt freshman defensive back out of Houston, Texas.
Well, this defense has basically been on the field for an entire quarter, and now they're, coming up on the 4th play of this drive, and you see a lot of hands on hips. That's why this running game is starting to accumulate some yards. They got a tired defense out there.
2 receivers left and 1 to the right as Carter. Duncan in the gun, receives the snap. He'll hand off Lockhart trying to make the edge. Does, slips a tackle, has a first down inside the Tech 45 down to the 44-yard line. Another nice gain of 5. Cameron Lockhart, the freshman out of Frisco Emerson, starting to make a name for himself this year.
Starting to see some missed tackles, and again, the angles that these linebackers are taking on Cameron Lockhart are just not going to get it done. This kid can flat out fly, and now we're under a minute in this 3rd quarter with Tech having run 6 plays.
Duncan in the gun. Has 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, tied into that left side. Back to Lockhart, whittle along, nothing there. Matter of fact, maybe loses a yard to the 45-yard line.
That was a little bit disjointed. It looked like a zone read, but must have been a straight give, because I think if Duncan's got the opportunity or the option to pull that ball, he does, and he's got a bunch of yards around the near edge.
So it's 2nd down and long now. Southeastern does have to take a snap. There's a 2-second differential between play clock and game clock, and then they can run it into the 4th that they like if they do run it here. Duncan, roll out pass attempt, throws, pass, caught. Caden Carter cradles it at the 33-yard line, and it's another Southeastern first down as the 3rd comes to a close. Southeastern ahead 10-0 after 3. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Steubenville Chevrolet in Durant is proud to support Savage Storm Athletics. And with the same pride, resilience, and strength as Savage Storm fans, Steubenville Chevrolet is proud to be Durant Chevy dealer. When you need a new car, truck, or SUV, the Steubenville team is ready to find your perfect tailgate vehicle. No need to leave town to find what you want. Stay local, buy your Chevrolet the Steubenville way, and go Savage Storm.
We recently hung out at Taco Casa to find out how Casa fans eat their casa.
Nachos.
Nachos, just meat and cheese, just cheese?
Meat, cheese, and lettuce.
Do you put any sauce on the nachos?
No, because I'm allergic to sauce.
How many napkins do you need when you eat nachos?
None.
None? You don't? Do you just lick it off your fingers?
Yeah.
When it's real fresh, real food, and real good, there's no wrong way to eat your casa at Taco Casa, 1st Street in Durant and southbound 75 in Calera.
Fourth quarter time here in Russellville. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson. Robert Sullins Esquire back in Durant.
Nice.
And it is 10-0 Southeastern in front here. It's the two teams. Man, again, I go back to this. The last two meetings between these two teams, they have been defensive endeavors, low-scoring affairs. 14-7 2 years ago here in Russellville, 6-0 last year. Now, keep in mind, prior to that, it was the crazy double overtime game. You remember that one?
Yes.
That took place, and that was whenever they first came up with a new overtime rule. But the officials, well, they kind of messed that one up, but here or there. First down and 10 from the Wonder Boy 33. Duncan wants to pass. He does. He floats it high. It's picked off. The one thing you couldn't do. And here comes a house call for Trey Howard. If he can get around a blocker, he can't. Jax Sternberger losing the helmet, making a touchdown-saving tackle, but Tech has new life. They're in the red zone at the 20-yard line. Just an errant throw on the part of Duncan.
Yeah, just exactly what you said, Jay. That's the one thing you didn't need to do is turn over the football. Tech is absolute. We talked about it in the break. They've had 4 total possessions in this game. You're controlling time of possession. You're controlling this game. And that's the one thing that gives them a little life and confidence going into this fourth quarter.
Now we start the fourth on a turnover and a 55-yard unofficial return there. That has Tech setting pretty. Savage Storm defense has gotten it done so far tonight. They turned them away from here earlier in the game. Going with that Wildcat look. It is Tracy Daniels running right side. He is hung up and dropped, maybe a half-yard gain on the play. Remember, it's only a 2-score game. Southeastern settled for 2 field goal attempts in this game. One of those field goal attempts was a miss. The other one, a make.
Jack Dawson back in the game. I suspect we'll see this ball in the air, at least the opportunity to put it in the air.
So Dawson in the gun has his tight end Waits lined up the left side of the line. Has a tailback West. And it's play action wide open as Waits, and it's a 6-point play. He got loose down the seam. All eyes were on Miles West, who showed that end-around run, and instead Waits, he just snuck up the seam and no one was around him.
Yeah, you could have thrown that one overhand, end over end if you want to, and he's 5 yards clear of every defender, just a missed assignment.
So 10-6 our score now as Logan Thomason on, the junior, 15 of 15 on extra points this season. And he bangs this one into the band section in the south end zone. 10-7 all of a sudden. Southeastern holding on by a thread. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
When you're dealing with an insurance company, you're already behind the 8 ball. And the only way to get a level playing field is to hire an attorney.
We treat each and every case and each and every client as if they are a friend and neighbor, because that is how we view them.
You'll get the best service. You're going to have the best people working on your case. That I can promise.
Burridge Law Firm. Call 580-920-0700 or visit burridgelaw.com.
What's your something?
My something is getting my very first apartment.
My something is staying on the cutting edge of the tech industry.
My something is to make a difference.
What's your something?
My something? Making every plate a work of art. There's something for you here.
Find your something at careers.choctawnation.com.
Find yours something by applying today at careers.choctawnation.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Real quick scoring drive recap for Arkansas Tech. I'll cover this one. After the 55-yard interception return, it's a two-play, 20-yard drive that eats up all of 42 seconds. And what was a 10-0 handling by the Southeastern defense and offense. They've been eating up a ton of clock in this game. Now, all of a sudden, you got a dogfight.
Now you got a dogfight. You got a Tech team that believes. You had a crowd that with no sound to be heard. This place is dead. You throw the pick, Tech's right back in this one, and so's the crowd.
They were ready to go back to the parking lot. They had Hall of Fame ceremonies earlier today. They were tailgating when we arrived. Sure, they had some adult beverages awaiting them in the parking lot. But instead, they're here now. And here is Tominson's end-over-end kick. It is fielded by Williams at the 5. They fake the end around. Williams has a crease up to the 20, 25, 30, trying to make his way out to midfield, and a shoestring tackle made by Tominson, the kicker. As there is a flag, though, all the way back at the 21-yard line. That was in the area where Williams had found a crease. And this one coming back. So Datarian Johnson whistled for the hold. And Southeastern will begin deep in their own territory for a second time tonight.
I love the action on the kickoff, the fake reverse and getting people going side to side. But I'll tell you what that does do. It gets defenders moving side to side, and it puts blockers in bad position. And that's where you get these kinds of penalties. That said, forget that interception and remember what you've been doing offensively. Come out here, be efficient with the football, keep it, and go score.
For Southeastern, they had a 90-yard drive in the first half that ended in 7. And to kind of put this game on ice, you feel that they need to put together a 91-yard drive here. 13:53 to go in the fourth quarter, leading 10-7. Howard, first down snap, handoff to Lockhart. And unable to spin out of anything there, the defense rejuvenated. Getting over there to make that tackle, Vershawn Richardson, his first tackle of the game, but it's a tackle for a loss of 4 back to the 7-yard line.
Well, the operative word is rejuvenated. Again, we keep saying that this place was dead as a doornail. It was silent. This defense was tired. All of a sudden, they've got some energy, and you're behind the chains here.
So second down now and 14. A dangerous area of the field. You just had a pass picked a moment ago that reversed the field. Howard looking to pass play action. He's in his own end zone. He scrambles out to the right. Looking, now spins. Taken down short of the 10-yard line. Tackle made over there on the far side of the field by Jackson Phillips, a 6', 225-pound freshman out of Kilgore, Texas. And it's 3rd and 12 here. That only a gain of 2.
Well, I like that Howard didn't put the ball in harm's way. He didn't make a decision to try and force something that wasn't there. He took what he could get, but now you got a 3rd and long.
3rd and long here, and your punter isn't the type that reverses the field. You're deep in your own territory. First down line is at the 21. Howard receives a snap, pressure in the end zone, eludes a sack, throws off of his back foot and all the way out to midfield up the right sideline, incomplete. As Howard took a shot at the end of that one from Tyler Mosley. And now, out to punt this one away is Logan Dorsey, the junior. Came into today, no 50-plus yard punts this season. He averages 35.8 yards per punt. So in all likelihood, you're looking at short field position here. The other thing you have to be careful of is Cardell Sermons. Sermons, we've seen his elusiveness in this game. They have Sermons moved up to the Southeastern 41 as Dorsey on the D in Wonder Boys in the south end zone. Play clock will run out. They don't throw a flag. Dorsey gets away, a wobbly punt back toward midfield, fielded at the 48, And then Sermon's leveled at the 45. Prince DeWay on the stop. But the Wonder Boys will begin this drive in plus territory as the scoreboard all of a sudden goes off in the south end zone.
I'm telling you, there's some kind of gremlin here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We had trouble with the stats in the first half. The replay didn't work. Now the scoreboard's turned off. Our pets' heads are coming off.
So holding on Tech. That will move the ball back into minus territory. They have the scoreboard back on now. Might have been one of those people that left the stadium to go celebrate the Hall of Fame night festivities. Accidentally kicked an extension cord out there. So,
all right, defensively, you got to reset right here. You made a mistake on that last drive. Let him into the end zone after a timeout, quick, sudden change. You got to get back to what you were doing that was working.
So 12:05 remains here in this fourth quarter of play. Southeastern clinging on to a 3-point advantage. Heavy formation with receivers to the right. Dawson in the gun. Back to the ground game. Handoff, right side run as Braylon Winters making the tackle there. Nice run by the freshman Bryson Rowland. Take this opportunity to remind you the Southeastern Sports Network heard across Southeastern Oklahoma on KYHD Valiant, KZIG Colgate, KHKC Atoka, KICM Ardmore, and KZRC Bennington Durant, all making up the Southeastern Sports Network. Here is second down and a short 4 the way Tech has been running the ball. And again, it's Rowland running left side, gets past Tatarian Johnson, runs into a safety, is held up there, but into plus territory down to the Southeastern 41. There is a flag, however, back at the line of scrimmage, and this one should be coming back. It is a hold that is being motioned by the far side official.
And I think what you've got is a hold right at the point of attack. You had Will Wallace coming off of the edge right there and was in position to make that play. And I couldn't tell who it was because it's over there on the other side of a group of bodies, but somebody reached out and tugged that jersey, kept him from getting there, which is the only reason that play got the yardage it did. So in this particular case, the penalty warranted not only the gain.
So the ball moved back now to the 38 after that penalty. They attempt a bubble screen, pass left side to the tall receiver Long, who picks some of that yardage back up to the 45-yard line. It's going to set up third down and 8.
And you know what? I wouldn't be at all surprised, even if they get some of this, that Tech might not leave that offense back out on the field, try to take advantage of this momentum.
So third down and 8 here. Both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining. 10:44 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Tailback rolling down the backfield to the right. As Dawson wants to pass, goes long, broken up. Great job by Joseph Jones guarding the receiver. He was in the face of Darion Crooms.
I can tell you this, that's the same look that they scored the touchdown on. They run that running back out here into the flat. The quarterback looks over here first, so Tatarian Johnson comes up on the runner, but a great job making the coverage down on that flag route, and a good job not interfering but knocking the ball away.
Penalties have been a storyline in this game for Tech so far tonight.
And watch this punt.
As to punt it away is Angus Greaves. He averages 37.5 yards a punt. He does have a punt of 50 yards this season. Here's a high spiraling punt. And it is fair caught, bobbled by Williams. He holds on to it. Southeastern will have it, protecting a 3-point lead with 10:28 to go here in the fourth quarter, leading 10-7. Want to remind everyone, coming up during the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show, you want to stick around for our Durant Lumber hard hats to hand out, as those provided by Durant Lumber, serving the area for over 100 years with quality products at competitive pricing. Durant Lumber, where behind every project is a true value. Southeastern's offense onto the field, leading by 3. They come out a lot better field position than they had on the previous possession, which was at their own 11. And they were rolling. They were up 10-0 when the interception short-circuited things, and Tech took quick advantage. It's been quiet since then. Howard to pass, dumps it out short left side. Caught Donovan Shannon. Shannon lowers his head, bulldozes over the 20 to the 22-yard line. And that will move it a little bit. Second down and 8 as Southeastern moves to the left side of the field. They're moving right to left, south to north. A cool evening here now as the sun set. Temperatures tonight here in northwest Arkansas are supposed to get down into the low 60s. We'll get a temperature check courtesy of Shelburne Heating and Air after this snap. Howard will hand off. And the run to the left. Shannon goes nowhere. So third down and 8.
Well, I'll tell you what you've got from this Wonder Boy defense right now. You've got a defense that's kind of selling out to try and get up to the line of scrimmage. If you're able to get a play action right now, not necessarily on third and 8, but you're probably going to be able to get behind them a little bit.
Speaking of that, your receivers, it's Jennings and Trevin Hohenberg. Hohenberg lined up in the right slot. You have the tight end Simpson and Nunez here to the near side. They send Shannon out of the backfield to the right. As Howard flushed out, looking, stops, plants, throws deep, has a man wide open, caught. It's Hohenberger up the right side. He basically fair caught that in Wonder Boy territory at the 40-yard line and goes stumbling back to the 36. Holy cow.
I love the play, but I can tell you as I see that ball in the air and I see Hohenberger wide open back there, he turned his body square to the ball, and he turned that into a lot harder catch than it needed to be. Good job coming down with it, but, man, I thought that was going to get over his head. Good catch.
Ends up being a 42-yard gain, and neither punter has shown the hang time that Colton Howard showed on that pass right there. Southeastern turns third down in the first down and into plus territory from the 36 in the right hash. Handoff, left side run. Shannon spun down a yard into the run. Jaron Stewart, the 6'2", 235-pound senior on the stop. Second down and 8 here after a 2-yard pickup.
Colton Howard, 11 of 14 for 123 yards and a touchdown. None bigger than those last few, and doing a good job leading this offense.
So second down here, as it is second down and 8. Ball between the two hashes, as Howard will keep on his own zone read play to the right. Tornadoes his way down to the 31, picks up 3 on the play. Now here comes a big third down. You're up by 3. You're at the midway point of the fourth quarter. You need to convert. Field goals have been shaky over the last couple of weeks.
Well, and a field goal only puts you up 6, so the touchdown still beats you. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Coach Atterbury try to get, obviously he wants to convert the third down, but even if he doesn't, if he can get this short enough, he's kind of in no man's land and might leave the offense back out there.
Jennings, the tall receiver to the right. He's all alone. Howard takes the snap, fires that way in the slot. Diving effort, and the pass not caught by Jennings. And that stops the clock with 7:14 to go here in the fourth.
Yeah, and Howard had him. I mean, Jennings has taken the post cut right there, and he's gotten his defender on his back. I want to throw that one right into his chest, and it should be an easy catch, as it is. Kind of no man's land, so offense staying out there.
Had Colin Crott on him over there. Also good to see back into the game was the former injured Wonder Boy Jordan Scott. He's in on the defensive line. Now whistles blow things dead as someone wants a timeout, and we'll take it with them. 7:07 to go here in the fourth. 10-7. Southeastern up by a thread on the Southeastern Sports Network.
My name is Jessica Williams, and I am the dental hygiene coordinator at Westside Family Dentistry.
Westside Family Dentistry has been serving Texoma for over 50 years.
I think the thing that I love the most about my job is seeing a patient come in who is down in the dumps about their smile, not happy with it, or embarrassed of it, and they come in, we make them feel comfortable and leave with a beautiful smile, and to see them walking out the front door smiling is just a really cool thing.
Westside Family Dentistry, 2915 Westside Drive in Durant, and WestsideFamilyDentistry.com.
Big fourth down here for Southeastern. 4th down and 5. Must make the 26. Shannon in motion now, the backfield to the left. Swing it out to his side. He has to make a man miss. He makes one, but he cannot make two. It is a gain of 2, a turnover on downs in plus territory after the big 42-yard pickup was able to bail Southeastern out. Now the defense has to rise to the occasion in a 10-7 game with 7 minutes remaining here on the road in Russellville.
Absolutely, and you know what? The defense has done that all night, but for the one missed assignment and after a turnover, which was certainly a sudden change situation.
So, you okay there, Rob?
Well, I thought they were doing a media timeout, and then they decided
they were rocking. They've been rocking the place here. They love their speakers more than a couple of places I can think of. Here is 1st down and 10. This drive for Tech with 7:04 to go begins at their own 29, and quickly picking up a chunk of yardage is Miles West. A 1st down run to the 39. So 10-yard pickup, the way to start it if you're a Tech fan. We're not. And not a way to start it if you're a Southeastern fan. Clock moving here, both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining.
That Wildcat look, something they've been committed to all night long.
I'll take you back through this one here in a moment. This is the 7th possession of the game, for Tech. Handoff, near side run, big hard hit taken at the 45-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play for the tailback, Bryson Rowland.
Time not a factor, obviously, at this point. Still 6+ minutes left. And Tech moving the ball right now in chunks.
Jack Dawson has a new tailback. Miles West is lined up to his back as he is in the pistol. 3 receivers to the right now. Dawson in motion out to the near side. So a Wildcat look here for West. Takes the snap, runs to his right, short side of the field, makes a cut, spun down at the line to gain at the 49-yard line. He needed 5, he found it, and the chains will move, and there's a shaken up Southeastern player down on the field.
Timeout on the field for defensive injuries.
Will Wallace pointing over at the Tech side. I don't know what he is pointing at there. Injury timeout, shaking up Dylan Seabach. We'll go ahead and get the backside of that 30-second in. We'll be back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Athletic injuries are essentially orthopedic injuries with sport-specific components. At Excel Therapy, our goal is for the athlete to return to the sport quickly. Excel Therapy can assist in speeding up recovery following surgery by improving range of motion, strength, and flexibility. At Excel Therapy, we excel at sports medicine. We excel at physical therapy. We excel at helping you excel. With clinics in Ardmore and Durant, our team excels at orthopedic injury recovery and sports medicine. Find us at exceltherapyok.com.
Well, the good news is Dylan Seabach is walking off on his own power. The bad news is it's gingerly. And a guy who has had a couple of pressures in this game, been a solid player for Southeastern for the last couple of years. He may not be a part of this one the rest of the way, and that's going to put a lot on Jacob Geddes. Geddes, the 6'2", 245-pound junior out of Flower Mound Marcus High School. 1st down and 10, still in minus territory. Quarterback Dawson, wearing the dark green jersey and the yellow gold pants, sends his man in motion across, and now will run up the middle, crosses the midfield stripe and down to the Southeastern 49-yard line. And upset is Andrew Grissom. I think Grissom wanting a hold there, and Cameron Fields pointing at his head saying, "Keep your head, young man." It is a gain of 2 on the play.
Same look. We've had that Wildcat look the last few first downs there. Jack Dawson and taking the snap, but same look.
Dawson in the gun here yet again. Has the tailback in motion across the formation, as now Dawson wants to go deep down the right side. Has a man, it is caught. Fields with a touchdown-saving tackle. A big-time catch, though, up the left side by Brazil. And the redshirt sophomore comes up with a big grab and has the Wonder Boy setting at the 3-yard line, a gain of 46. They kept rolling them in with that run, and finally went over the middle.
That fake to the jet sweep and run out the right tackle. They ran it half a dozen times. There they faked it, and the post is wide open.
Dawson runs out to the wide side of the field. Snap to Miles West. Tries to run it in. He's met by Datarian Johnson and a host of white jerseys. Taken down by Johnson and D'Angelo Shanks. No gain on the play.
Well, defensively right now, you got to bow your neck. You try to force the field goal try here, and your mind's reeling a little bit, but you got to buck up and be challenged.
Prince Dway sprinting off of the field back into the Southeastern lineup comes the safety Travion Butler, as Tech showing a 3-wide set with a tight end to the right, although they keep it in the Wildcat, with Tracy Daniels dotting the back set. He'll run up the middle after a snap. He is rejected at the goal line, just inside the 1. So this will set up third and a football here.
Yeah, you're bringing in yet another set of substitutes and a different quarterback. Boy, tons of different looks, but this is clearly the larger quarterback. You would expect this to be that big look.
And it is the running quarterback that is in. He'll keep on his own. He'll sprint into the end zone. Touchdown, Feliciano with the score, and the Wonder Boys have taken a 13-10 lead with 3:10 to go here in this fourth quarter. Should mention new offensive coordinator this year for Arkansas Tech, Kevin Woorer. Woorer was the offensive coordinator at North Alabama a year ago. 14 years of experience, but spent a ton of time as a football analyst for a couple of Division I programs before getting that offensive coordinator job. And now Tomlinson for the extra point, and he makes it a 2-possession game, or at least a 2-score game. You can't get a field goal, you got to get a touchdown.
Still a 1-score game, but you can't. A field goal won't help you.
14-10, 3:10 to go here in this one. Savage Storm football continues after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Hey Durant, looking to elevate your next get-together? We've got everything from bold reds to crisp whites, and one of the best craft beer selections in town. Need it ice cold? Step into our beer cave. It's frosty, it's fresh, and it's waiting for you. Whether it's wine, spirits, or your favorite craft brews, the Wine Cellar has you covered. The Wine Cellar Liquor Store, Radio Road, Durant. Drink better, celebrate more. The Wine Cellar always encourages you to drink responsibly.
It's time to fill your cauldron with cash, because this October at Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant, we're giving away over $1 million in cash during our Halloween giveaway. Play with your Choctaw Rewards Club card all month long to earn entries for your piece of the prize with hourly drawings every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. There are no tricks, only treats in the $1 million Halloween giveaway, only at Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant.
Back in time for your U.S. Cellular kickoff. It is a left to right, north to south kick for the leg of Logan Thomason. Thomason into a jog, and your U.S. Cellular kickoff, a line drive kick at Cameron Lockhart. Filled it at the 5, brought out over the 10, near side run 15-20. Makes a cut over the 25 where he is tackled down at the 26. Tackle made on the near sidelines by Nicklin Smith, redshirt senior out of Monticello, Arkansas. Now Southeastern has all 3 timeouts, the 2-minute timeout, and 3:04 to work with. But they got to get something going here. They had back-to-back scoring drives, one to end the first half, one to start the second half. They were rolling along, and then the interception completely changed things. It certainly ignited the Wonder Boy defense. It gave the Wonder Boy offense a short field, and the Wonder Boys have scored on 2 of their last 4 possessions. And now it is up to Colton Howard, redshirt freshman and a transfer in from Emporia State to get this offense going. From the 28, Howard flushed out right, chased by Whitmore, throws on the run, has a man through the hands of Gabe Corona over on the far side of the field.
Howard's trying to, or he's throwing that ball on the run, and the ball was high. It sailed on him a little bit as we lose the scoreboard again. So that one was a little bit high. Corona's got, bottom line, he's got to go up and get that catch, help his quarterback.
Second down and 10. Southeastern backed against the wall here. They led this game for the majority. Now find themselves down by 4. 2:57 to go. Howard receives a snap. Handoff up the middle. Jonathan Cobb stumbling over the 30 and down to the 34-yard line. Gain of 6. And now 3rd down and 4.
Makes the 3rd down more manageable at 3rd and 4, but at this point it's all 4-down territory if you're Southeastern. You can't afford to give this ball back to Tech. Need to finish this drive.
Southeastern, you mentioned in the keys, 3rd downs you thought would be a key component. They're 6 of 13 tonight. Howard to pass. Rolls to his right. Now tucks and run, has the edge, has a 1st down, but a late flag comes in. And it comes in at the 45-yard line. And I don't know what the flag is on, but it's probably going to be on a hold, I would imagine.
Well, it was a weird look because there's not any Southeastern players right there unless there was, I would think it's got to be a... Yes.
So a defensive hold in the secondary, and it is tacked on at the end of the run, so they already had accomplished the 1st down off of the scamper of Howard. He ran out at the 43-yard line, so gain of 9 for Howard. And then you tack on the defensive hold. Southeastern suddenly finds himself in plus territory. They're at the Wonder Boy 47-yard line. Wow.
3 timeouts, 2-minute timeout ahead of you. They need to hurry if they want to get one off before the 2-minute timeout here.
And Howard.
Wonder if he sees it.
No, he may not want to. And they're going to go into the 2-minute timeout. Down by 4 with all 3 timeouts remaining. 14-10, 2 minutes to go in Russellville. Savage Storm football continues in a moment on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Sparlin Realty is dedicated to achieving your goals and will always do what's in your best interest. For residential and commercial properties, farm, ranch, and land purchases, you'll feel good about your choice of Sparlin Realty.
At Sparlin Realty, there's nothing more gratifying than achieving your goals and earning your trust along the way.
Whether you're selling your property or buying your dream home, it would be our privilege to assist you. Please call us today at 580-745-1055
or SparlinRealty.com.
Shamrock Bank is an employee-owned company based in southeastern Oklahoma. We are a proud sponsor of Savage Storm Athletics. Many of our employee owners are alumni of Southeastern and know firsthand the opportunities higher education can bring. Our success is tied to the success of the communities we serve. Come see the difference employee ownership makes. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back, everyone. Coming out of the 2-minute timeout, getting you how we got here. Southeastern took the final drive of the first half. It was a 12-play, 90-yard drive that lasted 7 minutes and 48 seconds. It was capped by a Jennings touchdown reception. They opened the second half with a 13-play, 53-yard drive, settled for a 29-yard field goal. Most recently, though, an 8-play, 71-yard drive that lasted 3:54 for Tech to give them a 14-10 lead. Howard to pass on 1st and 10. It's flushed out of the pocket and then flushed out of bounds on the far side after a nice run. Jaron Stewart said his name all night long for Tech, but it comes after a gain of 8. And Southeastern facing 2nd down and 2. Now 1:53 to go here in the 4th quarter. All those drives, by the way, brought to you by your local Texoma Chevy dealers. It is Chevy Truck Month. Be sure to find yours at your local Texoma Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. And for Southeastern, let's drive one into the end zone. At the 39-yard line of Tech on 2nd and 2. Howard to pass, steps into the pocket. Now flushed out to his right and kind of hesitated there. He was trying to see if Jennings would get loose. He did not. He also had Jax Sternberger lurking down the right seam. None of that developed. No gain on the play. Here's 3rd and 2.
Problem is Sternberger and Jennings were about 8 yards apart, so you had a safety that could effectively cover them both. frankly, a good decision by Howard. Just put the ball down, get what you can get. It's a third and manageable here.
So sixth play of the drive. None of that matters. Clock is stopped after Howard got out of bounds. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Howard fires left side, and a pass in the left slot caught by Jack Sternberger. It moves the sticks inside the Wonder Boy 35 to the 32-yard line with a gain of 7. Seventh play of the drive, and now the clock is ticking. Southeastern with all 3 timeouts remaining. Tech with all 3 timeouts remaining.
Keep in mind, a field goal doesn't help you. It's a 4-point game, so this ball's got to finish in the end zone. I get it, minute 30, plenty of time with 3 timeouts, but need to perhaps some urgency here. 4
wide with Sternberger and Nunez to the near side. Corona and Jennings to the far side. Cobb the tailback. Howard flushed out, giving chase. Now will tuck and run. Whitmore with a shoestring tackle, but Howard falls forward and fell forward a mile. They mark him out at the 22-yard line, or the 24-yard line, and then a timeout taken by Coach Bo Atterbury. We'll take our final timeout of the broadcast as well. 14-10, Storm down by a score with 1:06 to go here in Russellville on the Southeastern Sports Network.
The Artisan at Brick Street Hotel in historic downtown Durant, where elevated American cuisine meets craft cocktails in a refined yet comfortable atmosphere. Every dish is crafted with quality ingredients, locally sourced, curated to perfection with unparalleled service. Whether it's brunch, lunch, or a special night out, The Artisan is your perfect destination with private, semi-private, and large party reservations available. Reserve your table today at theartisandurant.com. Theartisandurant.com.
When it rains, it pours. So it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance Agent Al Olson can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Agent Al Olson at 580-924-3898 to find out how he can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Al Olson at 580-924-3898.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Well, the 8-yard scramble for Howard picks up down to the 24. It's 2nd down and 2, 1:06 to go. Howard in the gun, receives a snap, dumps it short, right side pass, and a first down gain for Jonathan Cobb Jr.
First down gain, and he gets out of bounds, so you don't have to worry.
They mark him right a yard short.
Oh, my gosh.
They have it marked out at the 23-yard line. He needed to make the 22. So 3rd down now. Did get out of bounds, so it does stop the clock, but nonetheless, they still have to convert. 3 receivers left. It is Sternberger, Corona, and Nunez in that order, right to left, wide side of the field. They'll hand off Cobb right up the middle. Stumbling over the 20, has a first down. Coach Atterbury burning a timeout with that run that picks up 4 down to the 19-yard line. 10th play of the drive with 58 seconds to go here. A timeout on the field. Give me the opportunity to tell you about Trick or Treat at the District. 2 different dates to enjoy as you can bring the family out. Sunday, October 26th, Trick or Treat at the District going on from 2 until 6 that day. They'll have a cast of characters out there for some photo opportunities. Mix 96.1 will be there on location from 1 until 3 that Sunday afternoon. And then Friday, Halloween night, 6 until 9 at the District. Trick or Treat at the District, always fun. For more info, visit Choctaw Casino Resorts Durant. And, of course, the District celebrating 10 years of family fun. Southeastern here, 58 seconds remaining. It is 14-10. They had a stranglehold on this game, an interception, ignited.
Well, I tell you what you've seen on this drive is Southeastern been dropping back to throw a lot of passes, obviously, because they got to get the ball down the field. Tech's bringing extra people on the blitz. Howard's been able to outflank that blitz, but as a result, you've got man coverage in the secondary, so their backs are turned, and he's been able to get yards with his legs.
This drive began at their own 28-yard line. 9 plays later, and a little over 2 minutes of possession on the 10th play of the drive at the Tech 18. Howard in the gun, pressure off the edge. He rolls out to his right, has a crease. Whitmore and another defender sandwich him down, and Howard is shaken up over on the far side of the field, as is Whitmore. I think Whitmore may have collided with his own guy over there as Whitmore is down on the ground, and now Howard comes up a little bit lame. And there is a timeout on the field. They give the timeout to Southeastern. I don't know why or how, because it is a Tech member that is down.
Well,
should be an official timeout.
That's their last timeout. I wonder if, I mean, he obviously ran over there and wanted the timeout quickly because the official was emphatic about keeping the clock running.
And that's what Atterbury's actually asking this question right now, saying, hey, there's an injured Wonder Boy down over here. Why are you taking my timeout? It would be an official timeout as Israel Whitmore. I mean, it'd be an official timeout. The clock would stop and then would restart on the official's whistle. Am I incorrect on that assumption?
I don't think you are, but the question becomes, did he call the timeout before? I don't know. Bottom line is, it doesn't look like they're giving it back to him.
Well, they're having a conversation about it. At least they're discussing it. As a second down here. The other question is would Howard have gotten out of bounds? And now Whitmore, he comes up really gingerly across the field. They sort that out. The gain is a gain of 2 to the 16-yard line. But all of that's really moot. You got 16 yards to hit pay dirt. You got 49 seconds to do it. And right now, you have no timeouts to do it.
And I'm assuming that's how it's going to stay. What that means, second down here, so Howard can still use his legs if he wants to, but he's going to have to manage the clock with the ball, if you will. Either throw it away or get out of bounds to keep this clock from getting away from him.
So no timeouts remaining for Southeastern. Trailing 14-10 on the road, trying to stack back-to-back wins for the first time this season. Howard will take this snap from the right hash, has 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Howard, 3-step drop, has a man, has Sternberger. Sternberger can't haul it in. The pass led him just a bit too far. It goes off his fingertips. They had the play they needed, though. Sternberger had gotten loose. He just couldn't haul it in.
Well, and a great concept, a route concept over here is Nunez is going to run an in-breaking route. Sternberger's going to break off of that. The defensive backfield had a hard time switching it. Sternberger's 3 yards behind the defender, and unfortunately the ball just a little bit over his head.
Sternberger got with literal tips of his fingers on the football. He just couldn't haul it in. And now it's 3rd down and 8. Howard receives a snap, 3-step drop. Looking, fires deep, back of the end zone, has Jennings, snagged. Did he hold on to it? He did not. He was going out of the back of the end zone anyway, and now comes the play of the game. It's 4th down and 8. You do have options. You've seen 2 shots at the end zone here. You can pick up 8 and keep the drive alive. They were going for the jugular on both of those plays. And this is the game.
This is it right here, guys. But you see what Howard wanted. He wanted Jennings.
So 4th down here at the Wonder Boys 16, and now Tech wants to think about it a little bit. Timeout taken by the Wonder Boys, leading 14-10 with 36 seconds remaining.
Well, what he wanted was he wanted to put the ball up in the air, and I don't blame him with the 6'7" Jennings. He's a walking mismatch. Jennings able to go up and try to get it. I just don't know that he had enough room in the back of the end zone to come down with it. And to your point, this is a ball game right here, 4th down. To your point also, they don't have to get into the end zone here, but they definitely have to get at least 8 yards and a 1st down in order to give themselves 3 more shots at it.
Southeastern, this is their 5th possession of the second half. They settled for 3 points on their first possession of the second half. They led 10-0. They held that lead. If you recall, they got Tech off of the field via an interception. They had the ball at their own 32. They had made it to the Tech 33 when the interception occurred. That got Tech back into this game. And this is it. They can keep it alive with a 1st down. They don't have to score a touchdown. The line to gain is at the 8. Howard in the gun, 3 receivers left. Receives the snap, rolls to his right. Whitmore giving chase, throws to the end zone, and it's too high. Incomplete. That'll do it. The incomplete pass was over all 3 receivers in the vicinity, and Howard takes a late shot on that one. And with 30 seconds to go, all Tech has to do is take a knee. So Tech is going to get back into the win column after losing last week in a close one, 31-24. Southeastern's going to lose a game that they led all the way until the 3:03 mark in the 4th. Crazy. Whereas Tech will go on the road for back-to-back games. They are at East Central next week and then at Southern Arkansas. Southeastern, on the other hand, they're at home back-to-back weeks with Harding coming to town next week, nationally ranked 2nd in the nation, and Northwestern. And a knee taken by quarterback Jack Dawson. They'll have to take one more, although Dawson comes to the sidelines, and they won't make him take a knee. That will do it. So Southeastern Oklahoma State will fall in this one. Another one of those crazy defensive games between these two teams. Southeastern has now lost 3 straight to the Wonder Boys. And the scores in those games, 14-7, 6-0, and 14-10. Coming up, we move into the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show, or post-game conversation with Coach Bo Atterbury. We'll have that coming up for you here in just a little bit. This is Savage Storm Football on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Hit it, boy! Keith Urban's High and Alive World Tour. Friday, October 10th, the Choctaw Grand Theater. A night of hits with special guest Carly Scott Collins. It's going to be a party you don't want to miss. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Keith Urban, Choctaw Casino Resort, Durant.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it making more money. Spend it making more memories. Spend it learning a new skill. Spend it teaching an old trick. Spend it career climbing. Spend it mountain climbing. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Somewhere not so far away is a location waiting for memories to be made and unexpected finds and flavors to be discovered. It's no mystery. It's Durant, Oklahoma. If it's been a minute since you've last visited, you've missed out. This gym off Lake Texoma has so much to offer. There's something for every style, taste, interest, and age. Soak up every experience and take a few memories home with you. We invite you to stay, play, and enjoy right here in Durant, Oklahoma.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Texoma Chevy dealers.
Welcome back, everyone. It is the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show. Tough loss here on the road. Southeastern Oklahoma State falling 14-10 after leading that game all the way until the 3-minute mark. Coach Bo Atterbury making his way over to Rob Johnson for our post-game conversation. As let's go down to Rob here in the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show. Rob.
Well, Coach, right here in front of the band, that one stings a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like you had some dominance there in the middle of the game. It just got away from you late.
Yeah, got to finish. You know, it's a game of inches, and they were all over the place, and left a couple inches out there, and that ends up happening in games like this, tight like that. And hats off to them for doing a good job. I'm really proud of our guys. Love them. They played their tails off, and sometimes it doesn't go your way.
Well, Coach, long road trip. You're headed back home. I'm not going to keep you long because you want to get back to Durant,
right. Yes,
but
sir.
Got to hit the reset button for next week. It's the GAC.
Absolutely. Got to be ready to roll. That's life in this game. So be ready. I love these guys. They'll bounce back.
Sure. Look forward to seeing you next Thursday.
Sir. Appreciate what you guys do.
was right there, Rob Johnson, very briefly with Coach Bo Atterbury, and we will get set for Durant Lumber hard hats. We'll dough those out for you here in a bit, and we'll kick it to Bob after that. But still, we'll be back here in just a moment. It is the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show. Has a lot of big acts coming to the Grand Theater in Durant. Matter of fact, Keith Urban is coming to the Grand Theater next Friday. Cage the Elephant on Saturday. Tickets available. Be sure to visit ChoctawCasinos.com/events for ticket details. 14-10, our final score. Choctaw Casino Resort postgame show continues on after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Steubenville Chevrolet in Durant is proud to support Savage Storm Athletics. And with the same pride, resilience, and strength as Savage Storm fans, Steubenville Chevrolet is proud to be Durant Chevy dealer. When you need a new car, truck, or SUV, the Steubenville team is ready to find your perfect tailgate vehicle. No need to leave town to find what you want. Stay local, buy your Chevrolet the Steubenville way, and go Savage Storm.
We recently hung out at Taco Casa to find out how Casa fans eat their Casa.
2 tacos and a bean burrito.
Do you use the sauce?
Yes.
So do you put it off to the side, or do you soak your burrito in it? How do you use the sauce?
I soak it up as much as I can. I pour it on there, on the tacos and burrito.
When it's real fresh, real food, and real good, there's no wrong way to eat your Casa. Be sure to visit Taco Casa, 1st Street in Durant and southbound 75 in Calera.
My name is Morgan Ammons, and I am the office manager at Westside Family Dentistry.
The dentists at Westside Family Dentistry have proudly helped patients and their families achieve healthy smiles for over 50 years.
I would recommend Westside Family Dentistry to anybody who's not a patient, because if they are looking for somewhere where they will come and feel welcome and comfortable and receive the very best care, then we're the place for them.
Westside Family Dentistry, 2915 Westside Drive in Durant, and westsidefamilydentistry.com.
Craving bold flavors and good vibes? Come on down to El Caporal Mexican Restaurant and Bar, your local fiesta headquarters. Sizzle your taste buds with Tex-Mex favorites, fresh seafood dishes, and don't forget their legendary top-shelf margaritas. Shaken, stirred, and always served with a smile. Whether it's date night, family night, or Margarita Monday, El Caporal is the place to be. El Caporal, where every night feels like a fiesta. Visit today. Taste the tradition, stay for the fun.
Welcome back, everyone. Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show underway here in Russellville. Don't forget, Halloween begins tonight at Choctaw Casino Resort Durant. Win your share of $1 million. Big-time drawing coming up at 9 o'clock for $10,000. That going on till 11 with a $50,000 cash drawing at midnight and a $100,000 drawing at 1 a.m. That's Saturdays this October. Earn entries throughout the month. Be sure to visit the Choctaw Casino Rewards Club inside Choctaw Casino Resorts Durant. And Halloween this October with Choctaw Casinos Resort Durant. Well, time to hand out some hard hats. Hard hats brought to you by our friends at Durant Lumber. We start on the defensive side of the ball. Hard hat number 1, Datarian Johnson. Johnson, 8 total tackles, leading the way in this one as he had a big game. Also getting a hard hat in this one. How about Joseph Jones? Jones with 6 tackles in the game. He also had a pass breakup and a tackle for a loss, and the lone interception in this game. Cameron Fields, he had just 1 tackle, but he did have the INT that gave Southeastern a shot in this one. Of course, they led 10-0 at one point, but were unable to capitalize on that takeaway from Fields. Offensively speaking, let's hand out a hard hat to Colton Howard. Not his best game passing, was 14 of 22 through the air for 133, but he certainly got it done with his legs when he had to. He had 13 carries for 74 yards, including a long of 16. Several of those scrambles were on 3rd down, and he certainly kept drives alive. And then finally, Cameron Lockhart. Lockhart, while he didn't really get it done running the football, he had 4 carries for 4 yards and a long of 7. Where he did get it done, he had 4 catches for 49 yards, through the air. He got it done in the kick return game as well. 2 returns for a total of 54 yards. And there, my friends, are your Durant Lumber Hard Hat Award winners. Be sure to go to Durant Lumber throughout the week. Be sure to visit us on game day and enter for your chance to win that Traeger Tailgater Grill, courtesy of the Southeastern Sports Network and Durant Lumber. Before we get set to kick it to break and kick it back to the headquarters for Bob to give you a complete rundown on stats and highlights in this one, final thoughts, Rob, as 14-10 in a game that you had to lead in basically from right before halftime all the way to the 3-minute mark in the fourth. This one stings.
Bottom line is, and we talked about it in our pregame keys, defensively you got to play 60 minutes in that fourth quarter for whatever reason, and we don't want to throw, it's never about one play. I mean, we saw a turning point with the interception, there's no question, but it's never about one play. At the end of the day, that fourth quarter, first 3 quarters are 10-0. That fourth quarter is 14-0 the other way, and that's the reason we're headed back to Durant with a loss.
Of course, with that, they'll wrap it up for us. We'll be in action on an oddball night next week. We do invite you out to Tailgate Alley. We will be on location. The lovely Miss Carolyn Kane will be there broadcasting live with Mike from U.S. Cellular. We'll be signing you up for the 10K giveaway and signing you up for that Traeger grill we are giving away. That will be taking place from 3:30 all the way up until pregame, which begins at 5:20 next Thursday night, a rare Thursday night game in Durant. We invite you out to join us, and if you can't make it out to join us, be sure to watch and listen to us at the Go Southeastern YouTube page, and of course all across the Southeastern Sports Network. For my partner in crime, Rob Johnson, I'm Jay Lindley. Savage Storm Fall. We kick it back to the studios. Bob Sullins will take you the rest of the way on the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show. Savage Storm Fall in this one, 14-10. You've been listening to it on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Cage the Elephant is back. Saturday, October 11th at the Choctaw Grand Theater. Cage the Elephant with special guest Hey Nothing. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Cage the Elephant, Choctaw Casino Resort Durant.
Shelburne Heating and Air is the choice for all your residential and commercial needs. Service and installation on brands you know and trust. Carrier, Trane, Luxair, Mitsubishi, and American Standard. Shelburne Heating and Air specializes in optimizing the performance of your heating and cooling system. Here to help you improve your indoor comfort. Shelburne Heating and Air, your locally owned heating and air experts. For contact info, visit shelburneheatair.com.
50 years ago, phones worked by turning a crank to generate electrical current. Cherokee Communications found one of these phones at Lake Texoma, dropped in the water to electrocute fish to the surface. Fishermen, don't drop your phone in the water. What worked back then is now impossible and probably very, very illegal. Cherokee Communications. We can't catch fish for you, but we can save you boatloads on TV, internet, and phone.
Okay, welcome into the Choctaw Casino and Resort postgame show, part 2, or part due, here at Mix 96.1 in the Southeastern Sports Network. Yeah, it was a tough one for the Savage Storm. They fell 14-10. Quick rundown of the other scores that all happened earlier today. Ouachita defeated Oklahoma Baptist 35-13. Southern Arkansas over Northwestern 42-16. Monticello won at home. They beat Southern Nazarene 23-9. Harding, which is the upcoming opponent, Show continues.
Durant Lumber Company, your only locally home-owned lumber and true value hardware store at 115 South 3rd Street, has been a supporter of our community's local schools and athletes for over 100 years. You know Durant Lumber for all of their high-quality building materials. Now, get to know Durant Lumber for all of your game day needs with Traeger grills, wood pellets, outdoor furniture, and more. Durant Lumber, in the heart of downtown Durant. Quality products, competitive prices. Durant Lumber Company. Behind every project is a true value.
Dive into the new Ultimate Trio at your neighborhood Applebee's of Ardmore, where every combo is a winning play. Pick, mix, and score for just $14.99. Who will you draft? Will it be chicken quesadillas with chipotle lime salsa, or boneless wings with house-made ranch or blue cheese? With 10 apps and 10 dips to combine, any combination could be the winning play. The Ultimate Trio, only at your neighborhood Applebee's of Ardmore, 2680 West Broadway. Open till midnight Sunday through Thursday, and open till 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays.
Athletic injuries are essentially orthopedic injuries with sport-specific components. At Excel Therapy, our goal is for the athlete to return to the sport quickly. Excel Therapy can assist in speeding up recovery following surgery by improving range of motion, strength, and flexibility. At Excel Therapy, we excel at sports medicine. We excel at physical therapy. We excel at helping you excel. With clinics in Ardmore and Durant, our team excels at orthopedic injury recovery and sports medicine. Find us at exceltherapyok.com.
Shamrock Bank is an employee-owned company based in Southeastern Oklahoma. We are a proud sponsor of Savage Storm Athletics. Many of our employee owners are alumni of Southeastern and know firsthand the opportunities higher education can bring. Our success is tied to the success of the communities we serve. Come see the difference employee ownership makes. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
All right, here's your Choctaw Casino and Resorts post-game show. Quick recap of how this game tonight went. It was scoreless until late in the fourth quarter. The Savage Storm got the ball at their own 10-yard line with just over 7 minutes to go, and they went on an amazing drive, and they finally got it down. There was only like 10 seconds to go in the game. They had it at the 15 of Arkansas Tech right before half.
Handoff, and Shannon makes a cut over the 25-foot race on 35-40. Out to midfield, into Wonder Boy territory, tackled from behind. Donovan Shannon with the first explosive play of the game. It's a huge gain all the way down to the Wonder Boy 35-yard line, and it's a 48-yard run.
Okay, that got them going. Then
This has been Savage Storm Football on the Southeastern Sports Network. The Savage Storm are brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, First United Bank, the Chutta Foundation, and the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. Savage Storm Athletics are sponsored by U.S. Cellular, Shelburne Heating and Air, Cherokee Communications, and El Caporal. The Savage Storm are also brought to you by